3, 2.
Wait, I'm so nervous. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Done.
We're keeping that in.
We are keeping that in, and we are live right now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this very special sponsored event stream from Beadle and Grimm's Horror of the Fairlands Bright Nights. I am your game master, light keeper for the evening, Dicecream Sandwich, aka Kevin Parr. We're so excited that you decided to show up for this insane, chaotic tale. I don't know. The whole thing's gonna get burned down. I just gotta keep the wheels going. We'll see what happens. So for those of you that might have noticed, Miss Gina Darling is not here at the moment. There was a slight, little small scheduling issue, but they will be showing up at an undetermined time, which, you gotta watch the whole thing from the start to finish if you want to see when Gina comes, obviously. But in the meantime, we have the lovely Lua Stardust, who graciously joined our wonderful team here. So thank you so much, Lua, for hanging out with us crazies. But quick intro. Give me your names, what kind of class you're playing. Starting with Quincy.
Oh my gosh, that's me.
That's right.
Hi, everybody. My name is Quincy Sab, and I will be playing a professor. Ashley Cinder loves Christmas because I looked into my closet and I saw red and green. I'm like, this is what we're going with. So here we go.
That hat is fantastic. Diana.
Hi, I'm Diana Faye, also known as Diana of the Rose. I am playing Muddy Soul Matic, who is the occultist of the group. Not dressed in Christmas colors because I'm not a sellout to Christmas.
Damn.
Shots fired.
It starts now. It starts now.
Someone's going to get murdered by their own party.
Gonna get you to ho right now.
All right, Lua.
Hi, I'm Lewis Stardust. I'm playing Marjorie, who is a magician type character. I have no preference to holidays, but I do want Quincy's hat, so.
Hashtag Sunday Fox Apothecary.
Hey, shout out. And last but certainly not least, Matthew.
My name is Matthew Lillard. I got dressed up right before we started because everyone else was so fancy.
And doesn't he look great?
He looks fantastic. Come on, everyone. Give it up in the chat. W in the chat right now.
Shots fired. And then I put on my toque because I don't know, it feels like a soldier. I'm playing a soldier today. Soldier Duncan Jones. Maybe as I go through, as I get more vicious, I'll change the way the toque plays.
Heck yeah, master of disguise. No matter how the toque is pulled, it's just another disguise you got on. We'll change it throughout the whole adventure. It'll be awesome.
I'm very excited to be here, and if you need a body, I'm your man.
Heck yes. And just a real quick intro to what we're going to be playing. Horror of the Fairlands is an amazing product from Beadle and Grimm's. You might know and familiar with their awesome premium box sets for tons of D&D campaigns that come out. They not only come with the campaign guides, but amazing accoutrement of items and very eloquently made little trinkets and things for your campaigns, maps, necklaces, gold even, in-world gold. There's almost so many kinds of crazy things these box sets have, and they have graciously decided to make one for Darrington Press's Candela Obscura. And the book they have that's coming out is, I believe, is the first officially published series of one-shots for the system. If you have the core rule book, like I do right here, it is also fantastic. But these are a series of one-shots, all written by some amazing creators with amazing artwork inside of them. The premium box set has maps, has flyers, all kinds of great stuff. Please go if you love horror TTRPG. If this is your first time coming to a Candela game, go check it out. You will not regret it. It is a narrative-focused system. The dice tell the story, and we're about to begin. Everyone ready to go?
Super ready.
Yeah.
All right. Without further ado, let us begin. Horror of the Fairlands, Bright Nights. The night is in full bloom, and the air in the city is alive with the scent of mouth-watering, sizzling sausages, sweet cotton candy, and hot, buttery popcorn. Kip Clement, owner of the Bright Nights Fair and Circus, breathes in the rich fragrances that draw in young and old alike. In the center of the square, a large circus tent towers, its red and white stripes commanding attention. Kip follows a steady stream of spectators toward its entrance, drawn by the promise of seeing former high-wire performer Florence Ruby make her return to the stage after the tragic death of her sister Vera on this day last year. Some said she would never perform again, and yet, as her poster says, the show must go on. Kip stands by the entrance as the audience sits in hushed silence, waiting for Florence to come to the stage. Florence, a tall, elegant woman with flaming bright red hair, wearing a striped unitard and white flower in her hair, enters, along with a life-size, ornate automaton that matches her appearance almost exactly, except it's made of metal, wood, and porcelain instead of flesh and bone. As a haunting melody plays on the grand piano, Florence climbs up a massive tower with her automaton companion just behind. The audience watches with rapt attention as Florence and her automaton begin a synchronized performance on the high wire. During a particularly thrilling move, the automaton lunges forward. A small snap is heard as the chain of Florence's necklace catches and breaks, causing the shimmering key around her neck to fall to the floor. Almost immediately, a subtle unease ripples through the air, and Kip goes rigid with concern. The doll violently jerks and twitches as it steps across the wire. Florence's graceful control falters, and her brow furrows with uncertainty as she backs up to the platform. The automaton follows to the platform and reaches out with delicate fingers that clench around Florence's throat. The audience watches in shocked silence as Florence gasps for breath, struggling to free herself from the automaton's iron grip. Florence pushes the doll away, and it releases its hold. With a jerky movement, the automaton jumps from the platform and lands with a crack on the floor. A bit of strange black substance splatters the stage. Gasps and screams fill the tent, and chaos erupts as the automaton leaps off the stage and flees out of the back of the tent, pushing aside one of the carnival employees as it slips into the shadows and disappears. Kip can only rush forward and try to calm down the audience. As the camera slowly pans up, night becomes late afternoon, sunset, and we transition to a black velvet carriage arriving at the carnival. Sunset low, orange and pinks in the sky, clouds overhead. As the horse comes to a stop, this circle, which I'm gonna have you guys name what your circle is right here, right now. Your Candela group is the circle of...
just so we're clear, and who I'm a big burly, like sort of like a 65-year-old hunched over, big bodied guy. I feel like I'm driving. I feel like I'm the one driving the carriage. Mm-hmm. Is that right? Okay, good. Whoa! And I'll jump off, and you'll see, like, I grab, I have a lead pipe on me, and I look around to make sure it's clear. I'm assuming it is, Kevin. And then I'll open the door for everyone as our circle enters into a circle, and we begin our pre-investigation ritual, which we always do.
Always.
And I'll hold my hands out and wait for everyone to sort of grab hands as we start our pre-ritual ritual.
Awesome. The pre-ritual of the circle. Mm-hmm. But what is your group name? The circle of Ebony and Maw, the circle of Sharpened Wood, the circle of...
What is it, Quincy? So we all grab hands.
I love the improvisation part of this show.
I was thinking the circle of grimy beetles.
Grimy beetles. Oh.
That works.
Get it?
I love a good Mad Lib circle name. Grimy beetles.
Yeah.
As you grab Marty's hand, it's definitely a little sticky.
Yeah.
I like beetle. Can we just stay with the beetle thing and then maybe go like, what do you guys think? Like, what is like an adjective that it sort of describes us? Glorious, grateful, gregarious.
That's a big word for Elmo.
The illustrious.
Illustrious beetles.
fancy
Of
word.
what? The illustrious beetles of justice? Maybe
Justice
it's
sounds good.
illustrious beetles of justice.
Amazing. Insects that can never be squashed because you are forthright in the justice of solving these mysteries of the veil. And as Matthew, why don't you describe what your character looks like and what their name is one more time?
Yeah, so I play Duncan Jones. I'm like a 65-year-old. He's got a bit of a pipe, mate. He's got like a big pipe, and you see him. He's got daggers on. He's in like leather chaps. He's obviously been along. He was like, I worked on the docks, and he's got like a pipe, and he's got 2 daggers, and he's got a big like a lead pipe that's strung across his back, and he's got like a leather jerkin on. And he's kind of like, you can see he's got scars all over, and his hair is slicked back and greasy, and he's got this cap on. He's got this stupid cap on.
This amazing cap, the best cap ever.
He
Magical.
feels like he's part of the world. And he's like, gather around, Colin Knights, gather around.
Oh, okay. Is this part of the joining of the circles? We have to do this all the time.
We do it every time. Every time we begin an
He really likes to
investigation.
do it every time. We just gotta do it. Come on.
Okay.
All right, and Quincy, what's your character name and what do they look like?
All right, stepping out of the carriage, rather reluctantly, almost kind of, I felt either maybe pushed or just kind of like out of their own volition. Ashley Cinder, professor of herbology, I suppose. That's what we're going with here. Rather a short fellow, long black hair, Oriental, dressed very, very festive. Almost out of place, almost as if like you looked at a Dickens Christmas greeting card, season's greetings, you see him. The only thing that's missing is probably someone with like a hoop skirt and one of those fur hand covers that kind of are standing next to him. That's probably the only thing that's missing from this picture. But he's always dressed up ready to go to like a Christmas party. But as Ashley kind of steps out and just kind of grabs the hands of Duncan on one hand and Mari on the other, it kind of like feels the little I guess maybe sweat mixed with some other who knows what of the Beatles.
You wish. Next stepping out is Marisol Matic, who kind of like pops out of the carriage very joyously, like almost as if it's the first time doing the pre-investigation ritual, although she's done it hundreds of times now. She is a 5'5", not super intimidating sort of Latina woman with this black wavy frizzy hair that's tied back into a ponytail, deep brown eyes that are kind of glancing around at the area and then staring at her own hand as if she knows it's sticky. And she's got these functional tan pants on, this white collared satin shirt, her sleeves are rolled up, and brown suspenders kind of keeping it all together. At her side, she's also got this satchel that kind of swings around as she hops out of the carriage. It's got these white sigils covering it. Half of them look like they might actually be ritualistic sigils of some variety. The other half, for anyone, especially the professor who might be able to read this sort of language, can definitely tell that it's just obscenities in different runic languages. She kind of like pops a lollipop out of her mouth and then like tosses it between one hand and the other before giving one hand to the professor and then holding out the next to Marjorie.
Yeah. So Marjorie will hop out last. She's got like a very nice, I would say like classic red, bright hair, and dressed in a very like slim fitted lace black dress. But very sensible shoes because we are on a mission and this girl's got to be ready to go at any time. And as she pops out, she's just really excited to be there. You can tell that she's excited to be around just people in general. So she'll kind of jump out to Mari and like reach out and is ready for the circle.
Fantastic. So now you're all out of that black velvet carriage that was driven by Duncan Jones here. You're all grasp hands, ready to do your pre-ritual mantras or whatever it is you do before you go into your first investigation. What is it you do?
All right, everyone, put your right foot in.
Yes, right
Okay.
foot, always.
Yep. Hover it. Hold it there for a sec.
Okay.
And then right foot out
Oh my gosh.
behind
if
you.
Mari, I swear.
And then in again. Follow my
Okay.
lead.
I
Yep.
swear. If it's the next
And
thing
then-
that you're gonna do.
And then if you shake it all about
Oh my. Okay.
Every time. It is a
and
way
break.
just think we should get our energy together. We got
Oh.
to solve this riddle.
I feel so in sync with you guys.
Okay.
At this time, as you're all finishing up this little pregame ritual here, put your right foot in, put your left foot out, shake it all about, synergizing your inner energies within, so your sharpest hacks. You see someone approach you. This is the owner of the Bright Nights Fair and Circus, Kip Clement. Starts to walk towards you, middle-aged, salt and pepper curls, wearing a flashy red and gold tuxedo and top hat. Approaches you and just greets you all. Listen, thank you so much for coming. The previous owner of the circus gave me your number to call if anything strange happened. At the time, I didn't really know what they meant. Frankly, I don't need any more negative attention. I just want this solved quickly so we can all move on. Was your trip okay? Was the travel all right?
Yes, it was very nice, very comfortable indeed.
Oh, good. I'm glad the chariot that we had arranged for you was good. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you,
I
Mr.
took
Clement.
over the ownership of driving it. We left the drivers behind. I didn't trust them. I didn't know them.
Right.
I got to
We
see
got
it
here
safe.
in record time. It was
I
crazy.
got to see it safe.
Oh, that's a 4-hour journey, and they don't have a ride anymore. That's fine. I'm sure they'll
it's-
find their
was it
own way
only
to
4
the
hours? Well
circus
done,
tent. You
Jones.
know, it'll be
We're
okay.
very efficient.
I can see that. What was that little thing you were doing? Your foot in, foot out? Was that? I've never seen that before.
It's like our thing. It's don't worry about it.
It's a ritual. It's a ritual.
Of course, we know all about rituals before performances. I completely understand. But we don't have much time. The next performance is going to be coming up fairly soon. Why don't I just, would you come this way, and I'll take you to speak with Florence about this incident. Is that all right?
Aye.
All right.
I'll tie up the horses. I'll make sure the horses are taken care of real quick. Then we'll make our way in. Just so we're all clear, you guys, you know very well that I trust almost nobody. The people here that I travel with are pretty much the only people I trust in the world.
Nice.
Before I leave, Professor Cinder is going to go back to the carriage and pull out kind of like a what looks like a briefcase. There's a brown briefcase, and kind of when he pulls it, you hear like the bottles clanking inside of it. You hear kind of just what sounds like almost like a medicine bag. He just kind of grabs that. He's like, all right, après-vous.
Right. Walking through, Kip kind of takes you through a bit of the middle part of the circus tent here. You're looking around. There's another striped circus tent near it. There's a game tent also nearby. It's pretty spacious in here. The crowds obviously aren't here. There's not very many workers inside either. Florence's trailer is also outside of the grounds a little bit, so you start kind of walking through, getting the scent and the smell of the stale popcorn in the air. There's a worker with a blue striped vest kind of sweeping the floor, getting it ready for tonight's performance. As you slowly start to get closer to Florence's trailer, I also say that all the information from the intro I said, you also know. Your Lightkeeper, who is kind of in charge of giving you background information before you arrive at these investigations, gave you all those details, so you have that with you as well. As you get closer to the trailer, Kip kind of just goes over to one of you, let's say Quincy. Goes over to you and says, oh, by the way, you might want to talk to Dr. Bo Crawford. He was somebody who helped with the creation of the automaton. They sometimes take that back to Briar College for maintenance occasionally and gives it to Florence in the morning. I'm not really sure where they are this evening. The thing just kind of ran off in the middle of the night. I don't think I've had any word that it might have gone back to him, but there's that.
That was been my follow-up question. If the automaton is gone and you haven't seen it then left, what would Dr. Bo then know?
I'm not too sure. They were just the one that kind of worked on it and created it as a gift for Florence, I think. She'll know more about it than me. But any other questions? They work out at Briarbank College, which is not too far from here. It's about a 30-minute ride, so it's more into the center of town. So
James can make that in 10 minutes.
Go there. Yes.
Great. So we'll make our way. So I'll look around. Do I see? Are we being watched from anywhere? As Quincy or not Quincy? Sorry, Ashley's talking to this person. I'll look around. Are there any other suspicious eyes on us?
Yeah, make me a survey roll. So for those watching and new to Candela, the skill checks here are kind of similar to D&D. You roll, but there's no DC necessarily. So under the survey skill check there, Matthew, there'll be some circles that might be emboldened. If they are emboldened, that means you get a number of D6 to roll for that. So if you've got 2 there, you're gonna roll 2D6. If there is a black diamond beside that, that means one of those D6 can be gilded. And if you choose the result of the gilded die, you'll get back what is known as a drive point. Now, the drive point can be used to add a d6 to other players' rolls, which can be very handy in dire circumstances. So roll those 2d6.
Copy that. So I got a 1 on my gilded die and a 5 on my normal die.
All right, so this is up to you. If you want to pick the 1, it'll be a fail, but you'll get one of your drive points replenished. If you pick a 5, that's a mixed success, so you get what you want, but at a little bit of a cost. So that's up to you.
I'll take the mixed success. I think it's more
right.
important to see what's going on here.
For sure. So as you kind of wandering around the middle part of this tent, looking around, there's only a few people within your vicinity. There's kind of the one person that looks like maybe like a cleanup crew, someone who works behind the scenes to set up the tents and everything. Other than that, the place is pretty barren.
But we're not really. So sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, go for it.
So there's people milling around, but there's nobody watching us. So nobody's spying on us. What I'm really concerned about.
Yeah. So as you look, the person who's got kind of a blue and striped vest on, and a little bit of a cap on their head, big bushy mustache.
Is it like my cap?
A little bit like yours. Popping up like that. It's got more of a beret style, kind of off to the side, than like a longshoreman toque.
That means you have to fight him for dominance, right? Like,
that's totally what it is.
Side quest.
I pull out, side quest. I grab my metal pole. No, sorry.
They kind of look at you, but not in the way that like they're keeping eyes on you. More that they just have probably never seen you before. So more just like clocking you as new people that are roaming around the fairgrounds. But you don't get any like I'm keeping an eye on you kind of vibe.
Okay, great. Thank you.
No problem. So as you are starting to walk towards the trailer here, Kip kind of opens up the door for you as you step up into the steps, and this large sort of silver lined trailer door opens up, and you see Florence in their dressing room. Just a little bit distraught. They're kind of lying down on a couch. The place is kind of in a mess all around. And it's up to you. Where do you want to take it from here?
All right. Is Kip gonna be here with us, or is Kip like in the room?
So Kip kind of led you up to the door. He kind of opened up the front and was like, Florence is in there if you want to go and ask her some questions.
Great. I'll step between us and say, thank you. We'll take it from here. And I'll usher us all in and shut the door behind him.
It's like, thank you.
Yeah, and shut the door. And I'll look out the side to make sure nobody's coming. And I'll put my back against the door so nobody can barge in.
Duncan,
awesome.
Your initiative is inspiring. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Nope. Continue, please.
I would say that Marjorie's full-time gig is being a performer. She does a little bit of like classic cabaret, a little magic here and there. So I think she would try to walk over to Florence like really gently and say that she's really sorry to hear about this tragedy that happened, and if she could give us more information from her perspective.
Sure. So as you kind of roam through Florence's trailer, again, it's highly decorated and messy space. You can see it contains like feather-frilled costumes, pink gauzy curtains, richly scented perfumes, and a few gifts from adoring fans. There's not a lot of room for you to actually stand in the mess unless you start to like move some of it out of the way. And for you, Lua, as you kind of step through and kind of move through the mess, you're moving through the clutter. You kind of see a few brightly colored children's blocks with letters on each side, as well as some flashcards that say happy on one side and sad on the other. Looks like it could have been a gift from like a young fan or something like that. But as you're getting closer, starting to ask her kind of what her take is on the whole incident of the robot kind of going berserk and then leaving during a performance. Kind of on her couch, her back is to you in this kind of like gauzy sort of robe that kind of matches the curtains, so to speak, like a pink and frilly coloration. As they kind of turn over, their red hair kind of falls down to the floor. Who are you people? You hear about the incident? Are you police?
We've got a really cool name. It's the
Illustrious Beetles of Justice.
Oh.
The
Yes.
illustrious.
We
Beaters
also
and
sell merch if you're interested
Yes.
after this.
Yeah, it's very,
Oh.
very popular.
We have beautiful merch. And is that your hair going down to the floor? You have the longest
Yes.
hair. I've seen.
Yes, I know. Yes, it's very,
all the way
very
to the
long.
floor.
I know it is very long. It's a bit of a showmanship thing. To keeping up appearances and all that. The crowd when we flip and traverse, the way the hair waves, it is quite a sight to behold. I
But
will
you
say.
turned your head and your hair fell to the floor.
All right, look. When I get nervous, I clump it up and I mess with it with my hands. Okay, I'm sorry if
No,
this
it's
is kind of
so beautiful.
disgusting. I know the place. Look, come on. I'm not doing very well, and this person's gonna insult my intelligence with my hair falling to the floor like that. And I'm very distraught.
just-
All right.
Allow me to brush it. I'll grab a brush. And as she's sitting there, if you not in a creepy way.
Duncan, hey, that door is unguarded.
Oh,
Anyone could get in.
We do need you, Duncan. Thank you.
I will brush your hair later, mistress. And not in a creepy way. It's just so beautiful and long.
No, I very much thank you for the
Please
for the
forgive us.
offer.
This is new to him. Okay.
I think
He's
he needs to
55.
stay.
Sometimes he makes inappropriate comments. He's really sweet. You can do any kind of check on him. He's not creepy at all. You've
Just a
seen him
wellness
brush.
check.
Just trying to help. I get it.
Fascinated with how long her hair is. Okay, I'll go back to the door.
So as I'll be right here if you need your hairbrush. So Lou, as you ask, like, what do you know about the night? Anything you can give us? She just kind of shouts. She kind of starts to talk. Well, around one night, about a month ago now, I came into my trailer and there was this doll just waiting for me here. It looked so much like my sweet sister Vera. It kind of made me cry with joy a little bit. The note had no name attached, only instructions saying that the doll would follow my commands, and requesting that I try to perform my old routine with it. You see, my sister passed away some time ago, so I'd taken a bit of a break from the stage, and I guess this was a show of trying to encourage me to come back and perform for the people.
And you didn't practice with the automaton prior to this?
Well, we've had a few shows actually that have gone quite successful. This is the first
Okay.
time that the automaton has gone kind of haywire.
Okay.
I thought the whole gift was strange at first, but people used to give Vera and me strange things all the time. So eventually I realized that the doll was a way to feel connected to my sister again, and even on stage. And so I decided to try a routine, and it worked. We've practiced for weeks, but it never attacked me before the show or during it before.
Miss Ruby, you never questioned where this came from or why it was put here or why it resembles your sister in particular?
Well, like I said, my sister and I have young man. Just stay right there. And she starts to get up from the couch and kind of like backs into Duncan to like brush the hair as just like someone knows to help her get ready for the show in the evening. Like, you may.
I want you to know something. He's so happy as he starts to lovingly, like, he'll cup her hair and like just slowly move through it and then continue to move down to keep brushing the hair out.
Thank you.
gentle.
There's usually some circus hands on the day-to-day to help to get me ready, but no one's seen them for a few days, so this is actually quite a treat for me. Thank you.
What is that person's name?
One of the circus handlers?
You haven't seen him for a couple days. Is that?
Oh, well, there's a couple of them, I think. Stanley was one of them. Katrina was the other. What was the other name? Andre, I think, was another one. It was a clown, a mime, or something like that. And
Hey, let me
days.
get this straight. Brushing your hair is a job. Like somebody gets paid for that.
hey, you've noticed it. It's very, very long. It takes a long time to get nice and perfect for the stage. Of course, that's sometimes a full-time job in itself. There's many fans out there that would gladly do it for free, and the fact that someone's getting paid to do it, well, that makes it all that much better.
Duncan, if you're thinking about leaving the circle and leaving Candela, I just want to implore you to say that we have a way more exciting job than whatever the hell this is.
Speak for yourself, mistress.
No.
Miss Florence, if we may.
Yes.
First of all, you're very gracious. Thank you. In our report, there is something about a key.
Yes.
A key
this-
was.
And just like look around her neck, and there's this key that's attached to a chain. The key itself is this silvery pink, sort of tangled metal key, and it just kind of hangs on a silver chain around their neck.
Did you have that key prior to getting the automaton, or is that attached to the automaton in any way?
It came with the gift.
It did. May we borrow that for the investigation?
Well, it was very personal to me. It's kind of a memento of my dead sister. I don't really let go of it for anything.
Is looking at the key, is it something that we could possibly like trace and quickly could like I make like a sketch or something of it really, really quickly to kind of copy it?
Yeah, so you could make a sketch of it. You could analyze to see if you know kind of what maybe it's made of or anything
kind
like
of like
that.
something that I want to do with my kind of like my case of like laboratory gear and equipment and things like that. I want to kind of like take it, and if I can make an impression of it into some like clay, that way we can have like a copy of it.
Sure. Why don't we make this a we'll make this part of a focus roll.
Oh, heck yeah. So I can make this with my gilded roll as well, so 2 dice.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So if any of the cast has any drive points to spend, if in case a feather player fails and you think it's a very important roll, you can add one of your drive points to his pool of d6s, so he'll have more chances to succeed. That's totally up to you if you like.
If you need one for that,
I would love one if I could, if you could spare one. I do have 6 though drives for intuition, so can I put one in, or is it only one per roll?
Everyone else has to add one to yours.
Okay. I see. Okay. Well then I will. That one's great. That's a 5.
There you go, mixed success. So as you kind of ask them to kind of take the key off of them and like mold it in a little bit of a clay plaster that you can get a good image of it, she just kind of holds her neck out as Duncan's slowly still brushing the hair and get the clay imprint of the key as they just kind of hold it out for you and be like, thank you, I really appreciate that.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Florence. I understandably so that it's hard to impart with some things, especially during a time when an investigation like this is going on, but I appreciate your cooperation.
Well,
is there any other
yes.
anything else you can tell us about the automaton? Anything else related, or did anything strange happen during the event? Was it the tightrope? Was it did it all feel normal, or was there anything unusual that you can tell us?
Honestly, I don't know. It never has acted this way. It's quite a marvel, in fact, and I don't know. It's never acted up strangely ever. You know, I have my suspicions.
Can you share anything that you can share? It's helpful.
Well, I keep the doll in my trailer each night so that nothing happens to it. If you ask me personally, I think Raphael Costa, he's the contortionist in this circus troupe. When my sister passed away, I took a bit of a leave of absence, and Mr. Costa became the main act for a while. And after I came back with this new partner, they gave me back my main stage spot, and I always suspected that Costa maybe was a little bit untoward about it, Maybe they sabotaged it, maybe they didn't, I don't know. But maybe they were jealous that a certain person was back to the main stage, but hey, you didn't hear that from me.
Right. Okay. Perhaps before we leave, we should check out Raphael. One last question. The black substance on the floor, did you see it, or did you investigate that?
Oh God, no! I don't want to touch any gooey, ooey things that come out of a robot. That's not for me to touch. They cleaned it promptly, I'm sure. But I don't know. It never went through. I never touched the stuff. Didn't go through it.
Right. And how long did this doll? How long was her hair?
Exact replica, actually. It was very, very detailed. Oh, yes. And I think it was made from real human hair, too. I mean, I can kind of tell the difference. Yeah, it wasn't like any fake kind of like horsehair or anything. It had the same exact curls, same coloration, same length. It was expertly made.
Interesting. I love hair. It's absolutely my favorite thing.
I can see that, yes. Why did you not become a hairstylist rather than a police
Longshoreman.
longshoreman?
I have
Right.
different kinds of skills.
Ah, I see there. Well, if you ever need a job, always looking for more bodyguards.
Cannot believe there's something you get paid for. You get paid for brushing his hair. Does
Oh.
anyone
Again,
want a
it's
turn?
probably not as good.
Would you like a turn?
No, I think
Anyone
we
want a
should.
turn?
Jones, thank
Yeah.
you. I appreciate it. All right, Raphael, we have two headings here. Raphael and Dr. Bow Crawford.
I would just like to add real quick that this is actually my nightmare. I'm terrified of robots coming to life and take over. So the whole time we've been talking, I've been like, ugh. So if you see me like this is why.
Can I ask a question? Do we know what we've been brought in for? I sort of. Are we?
So the inciting
feels like we're
incident
trying
that
to
I just
find the Avatar, but I don't know who's.
Yeah.
on this thing.
Yeah, so the inciting incident that I described at the beginning,
Right.
that's all information that you would have been given before arriving here. This is the incident that your circle is investigating. In the world of Candela, and the many lands that the circles roam in, it's a secret society that's been around for a very, very long time, investigating these spooky things that bump in the night through the veil and beyond. So whenever any strange occurrences happen, anything that seems untoward, somebody calls upon, maybe a secret inside person, or someone hands a card or a ring or a button, a pin. If anything strange should happen, call these people. They will look into it for you. So all you really know is that there was this automaton robot that was made to look like the main performer. They've done this act a couple times, and then on this night, for whatever reason, they reached for the performer's throat, and then they ran off into the night, and they don't know where it is. They don't know what happened to it or anything.
And the key snapping off was in our report, correct?
Right.
Correct. They went for like a move, and the move caught the necklace off, and it fell to the ground.
Okay.
But they didn't run away with it, so she was able to grab it back.
Great. Okay, good. Go ahead, Marjorie.
No, I was gonna say Diane's running away. I think you're probably okay to run it for the banging thing. Is that okay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
and
good.
then you're good. I was just bringing up other notes of stuff. So we have the key that we looked at. You asked about the black substance, which we have to look at. The link to her sister and the contortionist. Am I missing anything that we want to hit?
Raphael. No, I think that's it.
Okay.
Oh, and then Bowbriar College is where we.
the college.
Briarbank
That's where the
College,
doctor is, yeah.
and Dr. Bow is there.
Dr. Bow, yeah.
Which, would
Okay.
that name mean anything to Professor Cinder? Is that something that I probably would recall that name?
Ooh. Let's see here. You could make another focus roll.
Okay.
See if you can remember anything about him.
I want to do that real quick. Okay, so we're remembering if Dr. Bo Crawford is someone that I know. A 6, but it wasn't on the Gilded one, so it was a 6.
That's still 6 is a success. And then just to let you know, if you roll double 6s, that is considered a critical. So keep out for those. But on a 6, that is a straight up success. So yeah, Dr. Bo Crawford works at the Briarbank Research Department. And they study all kinds of things. And Dr. Bo Crawford has had like a little bit of you wouldn't think is like an obsession, but they know have heard a little bit of some dark occult things that have roamed the lands of the Fairlands for a little bit. Nothing too untoward that you've heard of. But other than that, they're involved in they have been known to like make these studies of automatons, and have been tasked with researching the development them for certain product lines and what maybe use they could be of, that kind of thing. But other than that, you also know that they are a fan of the circus. They have come to this show fairly often. They're always trying to get colleagues and friends to come with them. But other than that, that's about it.
Okay. So I relay that information to everyone else that Bo Crawford, Dr. Bo Crawford, who worked on these automatons, is someone that I know. So that is a lead that we could go with if we want to. But
Well, it's
yeah.
great. We have an in, Ashley.
mhm.
So you get for being so smart.
Ugh. He's a bit obsessive. He's kind of smelly. Ugh. He doesn't like Christmas though. He's much more akin to the other holidays, like Halloween, like all the death and dying.
I like that
I suppose.
Okay, let's go find. We'll start to make our way before we go out the door. I'll look out the front and make sure nobody's coming. Or nobody's watching,
as you kind of done brushing the hair and you're kind of like, all right, I think we've have all we can do.
I'll wrap it up into a tight bun. I used to do that on the ship, like guys with their man buns. I'll wrap it up into a beautiful bun and take like a chopstick and stick it through there, and I'll say to her, "Hey, it's been my absolute honor to brush your hair."
I will have you, Matt, make me a control roll. This is going to be with finesse to see how well you put this bun up in their hair for a possible job later on.
Yeah.
Oh, it is perfect. Perfectly just made up. There's no it's not messy or anything. It's perfectly wound up with a chopstick through. It's perfectly done, especially with all that amount of hair. It's not matted, it's not wiry. Perfect bun, back of her head. Well done.
Thank you, mistress. All right, and I'll lead us out. Look left, look right, look above, make sure nobody's waiting for us. But before we get out, I'll say, which way to Raphael?
Oh, he's in the candy striped tent, just next to the big top tent right over there. Where he's got his own little stage for his contortionist ass. Very cute.
She's so sassy. Oh my.
Well, second best does. Anyway, I've got to go get ready for tonight, so if you wouldn't mind, thank you.
Thank you, Florence, for your time.
Yeah, goodness, thanks. At least hair's done. And you can see Maddie is like stepping out of the trailer and like patting her own hair at the same time. Like, God damn it, shit. All right.
Olive oil, dear. Olive oil. It just shuts the door.
Olive oil. Excuse.
Great secret.
Amazing. All right, we'll start to make our way to the candy striped tent.
Okay.
As we go through. I don't ever want to split the party, but I do want to make sure that we check out the oil before we leave.
Yeah, if we can we like quick detour into where maybe
the scene of the crime.
And then we'll dip to Raphael.
Yeah, sure. So as
quickly cleaned it, but we should definitely investigate and see if there's anybody who knows anything too.
Yeah, for sure. So as you go over to the scene of the crime, the high wire act above you with the bars linking to ropes high above, the stage fairly big and round, all of the stands all around that. Who wants to make a survey roll? Or focus. Survey or focus.
I can't. I have ranks in survey, so I'll do it.
Can I assist with one of my drive points?
Anyone can add any 3 players can add 1 drive each if they want. So you can give.
I will add a drive. So have another one. Have another d6.
That's adds a d6.
4 dice, right?
1.
So whatever your main circles are, there's 2. So if anyone adds a drive, that means they're adding another d6 to your roll.
Yeah,
so Quincy added 1, so that's 3d6. I think Lou was adding 1, so that's 4d6.
Oh, I was just gonna ask a question. What does it mean when
sorry.
just reminder for when it's blacked out for the little diamond?
So the diamond means that when you roll it specifically, that one of those d6s can be gilded.
Got it. Okay.
And if you pick the result of the gilded, you get a drive point back.
Okay.
And this survey, right?
This will be survey or focus.
Okay, so I'll do survey. And I do have a diamond there. So.
Yep, so one of those can be a different color, or just pick one of them to be a gilded.
So I got a success, and then a 3, and my gilded one's a 1.
Ooh. So that's up to you. If you want to fail, you can get a drive point back, but you did get a success, so it's up to you.
I'm going to take the success. I feel it's more important to find the information than...
We'll help you out too,
yeah,
I think.
I'm going to take this.
Awesome. So as you go looking around, at first glance, the place has been swept up. That one of the cleaners that were nearby, one of the circus hands, has kind of left this area after they were kind of sweeping up all the peanuts and wood shells and things like that, getting things ready for tonight's performance. Looking around is nothing that comes out to you at first, but you, Duncan, you kind of get down your hands and knees, get right into the dirt there. You can see just what look like little tiny ink blot splashes, like pin drops almost. A couple that have dried and splattered on the canvas here. As part of your character sheet, you'll notice that there was 3 options for gear. Now, gear is pretty much completely a narrative thing. It's not like D&D where you get like a +2 sword or a +2 shield. These are narrative items that you can either determine them before the game starts or in-game during certain narrative moments. You can be like, one of my 3 is this. So for instance, looking at the little bit of black substance that's dried here, you could tell me what you do to collect it, or maybe you just want to look at it and see what it could be. Totally up to you.
I'll definitely call out to Ashley. I'll point it out to him and say, listen, this is what I found. And I want to make sure, look, I know that somebody's cleaned up after the event. That makes sense. But if there's a broom that's been sweeping, then maybe there's more in that broom to give sort of a bigger sample. So I'll point it out, but as they're looking, I'll go in the back and see if I can find that broom, or if I can find out the pail, that they've brushed it into, some kind of receptacle they've brushed it into, see if I can find a bigger sample. That makes sense.
For sure. So looking around, you see that candy striped tent that Rafael Acosta is in. You notice that when you came in too, you did see a blue tent as well. That worker came out of that tent and did like one final sweep. So you probably surmise that is probably like a supply tent of some kind that the cleaners kind of go to. So you're in the main tent right now. Did you want to separate yourself, Duncan, and go over there?
Wait. Never separate the party. That's
okay.
Rule number one on the docks.
All right. Well, I will take what little I can get from the ink splotches. Is it enough to kind of show a decent sized sample?
It's pretty small. One of the gears that you have an option of is a containment vial.
Right. I don't know if this is worth it for that.
That's totally up to you.
I think just seeing how small it is, but actually more so knowing that I know Dr. Bo is going to be probably more informational for me there. So I'll kind of see it, look how high it is, where it fell, and possibly, I guess, like if there's like a rip or tear in the tent where the automaton like dashed out of, we'll just kind of like get an idea of visualizing what happened from last night here.
Okay. So yeah, looking at the little splots on the floor, thinking, nah, it's not enough to maybe have a sample of. You don't touch it. You don't try to scoop any out of it. You just kind of leave it and move on.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you guys going next?
Well, let's go back to that. Let's go to the tent and see if we can find a bigger sample. The blue tent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeremy seems like he's got some kind of lead. Let's jump on it before it goes away.
All right. So as you all walk away from the main tent area here, going over to the supply blue tent, you see that gentleman before that was wearing that kind of blue and white striped vest with a matching hat on top that was kind of a beret at the start. And then as you see them in this tent, you see them switching that over for a straw hat with a red ribbon on top of it and taking off their blue and striped vest, looking like maybe they're wrapping it up for the day. You see various bags of trash strewn along the ground in this area. Looks like it's maybe like the last thing he's got to do before ending the shift. But he just kind of looks around and sees you all. He just goes, hello? May I help you?
Hello, good friend. We're here on order of Kip. Kip Clements has had us search the area real quick. Super strange request. Which one of these trash bags is the trash from the big top?
We're here for the trash.
Trash from the main area?
Yes.
From today?
Preferably last night.
Well, last night would have been taken out already, sir. These trash is from today's cleanup.
I look at Duncan. Anything in here you want to look at then?
No. How big of a sample did you get? Do you feel good about it?
I didn't get any sample because it wasn't enough to really make a.
Okay.
Yeah,
make a
you do,
difference.
however, see the broom, the big long broom swept like in the corner.
I'll go. Just give me a minute. Give me a bit of a second, and I'll go through and see if I could. I'll check out my original theory of looking at the broom.
Yeah, for sure. So make me another focus or survey roll.
Okay. I'll go focus roll, and I could use a gilded die, but I'm not going to. Does it make sense to use a gilded die?
So it depends, because you can use them for your result anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Using them doesn't hinder you or anything. It's just that if it's a more favorable result than the other one, you get a drive point from it. So it's just like an extra thing that can add to the to your sheet.
All right, I'll go for it.
Do you
right.
want to drive on top of that, Duncan, just to get an extra D6?
I don't think it's that essential. We're kind of kind of running through drives. It's a critical fail.
Okay. So as you are kind of in the tent talking to this gentleman, Duncan, you see the broom in the corner, and everyone's kind of distracting with his speech a little bit as you kind of just shuffle over, look at the bottom of the broom, and you do see that there is a bit of goo still attached in the bottom, like thick, viscous material.
Right.
You go in, and you kind of reach in to maybe just like touch one of the bristles just to like see if it flings off of it. And someone's like, just, Duncan! You go, huh? You put your hand in the bristle. You're going to take a bleed mark. As contacting with the corrosive material goes into your hand and leaves a bit of a sting on you and goes,
So it's not just a bit, I'll take the bleed. But it's not just oil. It's something else other than just oil.
Seems
We should
to
take
be.
a substance.
The what?
I said we gotta take a substance. There's no way.
Yeah, for sure.
So there's enough in there to like scoop some out. But now you've got
Mari
this sort of
notices.
where
She'll
it
kind
touched
of,
you. There's like a black sort of like how glass cracks and like spines everywhere. The black dot touched you, and little black spindly veins are starting to come through your hand and then stop.
Cut off my hand! Cut off
Alright,
my hand!
no, we're not cutting off your
Cut it
hold
off!
on. No, hold on.
Cut it off!
Got it!
No, do not. Hold on. Well,
What?
wait a sec.
I take
You're
a
on middle
stick. I
ground.
take a stick and put it in my mouth.
Okay, you know.
Ashley, are you gonna
that's
cut
so-
off the hand? I'm
No.
deadly serious.
I'm gonna wait when Mari says wait.
I'm just like, all right, Ashley, that's so great. Would you hold on to that? Actually, yes, right there in that position. And then she's gonna take out like a little crystal vial, and she's just gonna hold it underneath your hand, Duncan. And she's gonna go, all right, bite down on the stick. Okay. Great. And then if you could just like manipulate your fingers so the middle one is sticking up. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Great. And then hold that over the vial. Okay. Ashley, you ready?
Ready?
All right, sheath your weapon, Ashley. Jesus Christ. We're not cutting off anyone's and like the bleed would then. I'm gonna try and manipulate the bleed to get into the vial from the middle finger if I can.
All right, make me a control roll.
That's so
What
cool.
could possibly go wrong there? So since I have 1 point in control, I'm just gonna roll 1d6,
I'm so glad we have Mari.
which is a 3.
That is a fail. So, as you go to put the liquid in the vial, there's not much on the hand. Like, it dripped off the bristles, and it's just like a tiny bit what it would look like maybe viscous mercury. It's just like this little water droplet that's spreading around, and it like the elasticity of it is a little weird, and it kind of spider webs on Duncan's hand, and you're like, hold it steady. You get the hand steady, get the vial out, and you get them to like make that gesture and put it down, and the droplet just rolls off his hand and goes onto yours, and the same thing. It starts to spread.
Oh god! Oh,
no,
it's infectious!
fine.
Oh my
I
god,
got my
Ashley!
knife.
Ashley, get the knife!
You're also going to take a bleed mark, Mari.
Okay.
I
Oh
got
my
knife. We have
gosh.
to cut it off. If it doesn't stop
Please.
moving, we have to cut it off. Oh wait, does it stop moving? Does it stop like creeping to the van?
Once it gets on the hand, it kind of just makes this weird sort of spreading coloration and then kind of seeps into the skin a little bit, leaving like a faint little mark behind.
So, if it dripped off of Duncan's hand, is it still like besides the mark that there is that just the majority? It just like oil did fall off.
Correct.
Okay, I will use some bleed containment vials to get it in there.
All right.
I'll
Make me a
pull out-
control roll.
Good golly,
if,
Miss
if this thing kills the party,
I was gonna say, this is like when you're playing Viscera Clean Up Detail and
That's
you
a
just like
critical
spread
fail.
the blood instead of like
Same
actually
thing
being-
happens
You're
to you.
kidding!
This is all
Yeah.
scrambling all the same time as you're like Matthew or Duncan goes, get it off. Like, okay. Like, and then Mari's like, no, put it in here. It's on me. And then Ashley, no, get on me. Bleed on you as well, Ashley.
Okay.
Marjorie, do you want to try?
stay back.
Help.
Marjorie, stay back. It is not worth it.
Save yourself.
Listen, let's get out of this godforsaken blue tent. Get me to a pinstripe tent immediately.
We can at least show what happened to you when we go, because that's better than nothing, I think. Or I can try to get the other one.
Wait, I missed that. Say it again, Marjorie.
I was saying that when we go to speak to this doctor, at least maybe we can take a look at what's on your hand now, since we don't have a physical substance, or we can go back to the one at the tent. But I also think that might happen to me, and then we're all gonna die today, and it's gonna be really, really bad.
Let's not do that part. Let's not. Let's go back to the candy striped tent, right? With the contortionist.
Contortionist, yeah.
Dr. Raphael.
Let's see. Here's an interesting fact, though. Perhaps, and as I look down at my hand, if there's still a mark.
There's not anymore.
No mark at all?
Like it's sort of seeped into your skin, and then when you put it up, it just unnaturally like looked like a stain that's in your skin, like maybe red wine seeped into it, and then when you put your hand down, it just rolled down.
Oh, so
but that pain is still in there.
Okay. Because I was gonna say it'd be interesting if we could see the mark. If whoever's built this creature, right, is going to be riddled with these pockmarks, but apparently that's no longer the thing. Because I think that once we find who built this doll, we'll find out the reason why the doll was here in the first place, right? And that, I think, is what we're here to do, is understand the riddle of this doll.
So
Not only
Dr.
that,
Bo
but where
Crawford
the
would be
doll
able-
is now, right?
Right.
Yeah, we don't know.
Right. Well, I think I feel like the professor is going to be the way to go, not the contortionist, but maybe those two are related.
Let's go check out, since we're here, let's go check out and see if Raphael knows anything.
Okay.
He might spill a lot more than he intends to out of jealousy, or, guilty members might spill more than we need. So let's go talk to him right now real quick, and then let's go pay a visit to Dr. Crawford afterwards. Yes?
And as the this man who was in here just like holding his left arm kind of like this the whole time, looking at you all just freak out over what was in his broom, and then you're like, maybe we should go talk to somebody else. He goes, all right, well, did you find what you were looking for?
No!
Not really.
All
Do you
right.
have any idea where the doll scurried off to into the night?
Not too sure. They were, they fled off through the games tent next to Costa's tent last night. Knocked over a few people as they went. But we haven't seen some of them since then. That's about it. They knocked into me too. My arm's a little janky, but
Okay. Good. You did not see us here. You did not see us here. If anyone asks us about being here, we were never here.
okay. I think I'd like that as well, quite frankly.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll leave this tent. I'll huddle up real quick. Did I knock him out cold? I don't trust him.
Can you do it in one hit?
Of course, you've seen me do it a million times.
All right, let's go.
Well, no, I don't know if we need more
No
incidents
witnesses!
or potential. Well, okay.
No violence.
Witnesses, no lawsuits.
But
Who are they gonna sue?
If you're gonna hit him, Duncan, make a strike roll.
But what if he thinks it's something
I'm not.
later that can help us?
It doesn't seem like a good idea. If everyone's not for it.
Okay.
All right, we'll move over to the other tent. Contortionist.
To the contortionist.
All right. As you say that, you kind of whisper in your group, like, "Should I knock him out?" What was that?
Don't worry
You
about
have
it.
You
Don't
have a
worry
nice
about it.
day. Just don't touch your broom.
Don't worry about it.
Wait, what? My broom? Wait, what are you talking? And you just kind of, just all four of you just start to step out.
We
Out
walk
of this
faster. We're
green
like,
deck.
this is not our problem.
Yeah. All right.
Not my circus, not my monkeys.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of insensitive. Come on.
I'll go to the other door and I'll give it a listen in.
To
The
Costa's tent?
contortionist. Yeah.
Yeah, so as you walk over to the red and striped tent that's located sort of near the stage area, you can see that it advertises a contortionist show. As you go over and listen to the tent, you don't hear any noise.
Go, 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 go. And I'll open the door immediatally.
It's a tent.
Oh,
Curtain.
yeah.
So you just flap open the door, going in there.
I'll whip it open real quick.
Yeah. Going in there, you just see a young man in a red and white unitard, stretching in the wings. What would you all like to do?
Marie, you want to take this one?
I'm not the best at talking, but and you can see her visibly rolling up her sleeves, and she's like, "Yeah, I'll give it a shot." Hey, kid. Hey, you looking
Hello?
very, yeah, it's stretchy. Hi, hello. There was a thing that happened here not too long ago. Can you give me any info on it at all that might be useful, especially with regards to robots, strange oils, murders, things like that?
Oh, yes. And like as they're stretching, they kind of have their head like between their legs, looking through them to you.
Can you do it less creepily, though?
It's kind of my job. But
No.
just give me. All right, just 1 second. And they try to like contort, like the waist was kind of like turned around and bent down to go
Oh.
through their legs. So they kind of turn up, like, right side up, and their arms kind of snap back into place. Sorry, that is my job, you know. What? So you want to ask me about the evil doll? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, yes. The evil doll. The other
Okay.
evil doll, apparently. Do you know anything about it?
I don't know. Other than that fucking thing is creepy as fuck, and I hate it. I wish it was never brought into the tent.
Why is that?
Why is that?
Yeah. What's between you and the doll?
Well, I don't know. It just. Look, I had a top spot, all right? I was kind of the main attraction of this whole goddamn place until freaking metal lady started showing up and doing hippy-dippy flips and everything, and the crowd loves robots. They're all the new craze and everything, but no one cares about Rafael Costa and his bendy arms and bones. I literally risk my life almost every day, but I guess Florence does too. But this is real art, okay? It takes real talent to do this. Anyone can make a goddamn robot and make it do lots of goddamn things for you. It's unnatural, and I don't like it.
Unnatural.
Really?
Can
By
I
the way-
read his body language?
For sure you can.
Is that okay? Like, obviously seeing whatever, but I'm just trying to get if there's anything else like lies in there. Okay, that's a 6. I rolled 2, the other one was a 1.
Ooh. So reading him, he definitely is like jealous of the situation. And you can tell that he's not happy about what's happening. But you don't get a sense that he would like do anything despicable about it.
That's bad language to use. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'll just keep an eye on it.
Yeah, it seems to be just like jealousy, pure and simple. And yeah, that's about it. But you don't get any like evil intent, malice, or anything like that. It just seems someone who's just really like pissed off about the situation and very much into their art and sees this as like someone stealing their spot.
Mm-hmm.
It was their spot, right? And then her sister died. And then you took the spot, right? And then she got it back. So you were never really number one, were you? You were always a stopgap.
All right, look. Some maybe would share the same views as you do. I have my own fan base as well, okay, that come to this tent every time we perform and have a great time, okay? I told Vera not to keep pushing the bounds, but they wouldn't listen. Vera's always the one trying to do the next death-defying stunt, always doing the next thing that's gonna make the crowd go crazy, and I tried to tell her, you can't keep doing that, escalation's gonna get you killed, and look what happened. No one wants to listen to me. No one wants to listen to the bendy dude who can move his bones around because it's seen as a lesser art, I guess, than flipping around on a goddamn children's jungle gym.
It's really just because it's creepy to watch, right? You're creepy.
Okay, is there like any other questions you want to answer me? Because like I gotta get back to my
unnatural.
routine.
It's unnatural how you do that. It's just creepy. It's not a judgment.
Look, it's not creepy, okay? Some people might think it's not, all right?
All right.
Maybe it's a
No,
little weird.
hold
It's
on.
an acquired taste, but like, some
right.
people think it's like
I like get it
it's
between the
avant-garde.
two.
It's like, it's out of the box. You don't see it very often. That's why people pay good money to come here and see the show.
Good money. Okay, first of all, when you say that she was pushing the bounds, do you mean beyond the robot? She was just going off and doing her own thing?
Well, no, this is before Vera and Florence, when Vera was alive, her sister, they had an act together. They were both trapeze artists. It's her twin sister.
Yeah.
How'd the sister die?
Did a move off the trapeze and didn't connect.
That's it.
Well,
Nothing sus.
I don't think so.
Well, he said he warned her a bunch about it.
All right.
You know what is sus? Weird gifts from fans, okay? Not telling them to, not send you weird stuff like, I don't know, a big freaking robot from a doctor who makes robots. That's kind of fucking weird, okay?
I do agree with that one. Maybe we should follow that up right now.
I believe that's the case. All right. Listen, we're going to go now. Have a great show tonight. You're always going to be number 2. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you'll find happiness in your own life.
All right, Dustin, let's leave Gumby
Yeah, you
alone.
come tell that to my face, bud, and I'll make you contour like a pretzel, all right?
I'm
right here.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
right
let's go.
here.
Let's
hold
go.
on.
I'll do it. He like bends his arm like, oh, come on. What are you gonna
Don't
do,
do it. I
huh?
don't think we're gonna
This
fuck
arm
with
can't
this
use
guy.
his arm's like its own wrench. Come on.
God.
I'll grab my
What are you
steel
gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Oh no, the man has a
You
pipe.
don't want this.
Okay.
You don't want this. You don't want it.
I could bend around that pipe 9 times over.
But I got
Are they fighting? Are they flirt? We need to. I just slowly start pushing the rest of the group.
You know those what are those things called? The
Batons.
batons.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he does that with a steel pipe. He's like, I could be in a circus.
All right, Duncan, remember the hokey pokey. Remember
You could be the freak show, all right? We'll throw
Hokey-pokey.
peanuts at you and say, have a nice day. Yeah, you can catch a baton all goddamn day, man. Come on.
All right, Plastic Man,
Way
none
more
for you.
skill.
Let's go,
Way more
Duncan.
skill.
You're in my world. This is
You
my
are-
world you're in, all right?
You were born with no joints. That's not a talent. You don't deserve to be.
We're just pushing Duncan out while he's just yelling all of this. We're just
Yeah.
pushing him out.
I just lean over to Marjorie and I'm like, listen, I have a Molotov cocktail. We could just. We really don't like if I had to choose between the two, I gotta
There's
protect
like
the circle.
shifty eyeing.
I hear you. I'm right here. I'm right here.
Hey, keep walking. So, fire?
As we cut drastically 2 hours into the future, you make your way over to Briarbank College to follow up on Dr. Bo Crawford. As you start to leave the fairgrounds into the city nearby, you start to approach the Briarbank research department. As you enter into the hallway, the heels in your boots kind of echoing the impressive lobby with ornate archways and a black and white stone tiled floor, leads to a fairly spacious library here at the Briarbank College. You see a large set of dark wooden stairs that ascend to other floors. There is a wooden door to the right of the lobby that leads to an office of some kind. As you start to ascend up the stairs, looking around, met a receptionist that just, you're able to kind of tell her what you're here for and just want to ask a few questions. Yes.
Can we, as we're going, can we have before we go into the next step, can we have a conversation about what we think could possibly be happening here?
Heck yes, please do.
So it does feel like, Vera and Florence were a team, right? And Vera's always pushing the envelope to be exceptional. Maybe when she died, Florence has taken that mantle and is looking to push themselves even further. So maybe she's the one responsible for this this robot, Omatron. What do you call it? How do you call it?
Automaton. But like, yeah.
Right. So maybe she's responsible for the creative process as automaton. But the reality is that we've got to find who made this automaton. It feels like we're in the perfect place, right? You're in a college. Like, it feels like there's some kind of either black arts or some kind of science here that's happening.
Right.
But it definitely could be Florence is the one that's putting this together.
It seems likely, but I don't know how much that is. If apparently the only reason she came back was a gift. Like if she came back to the circus because of this gift, I feel like the gift is the motivation. So let's figure out. Let's ask Dr. Crawford all these questions that we have. Show
Okay.
him that whatever he put into this automaton is not good for human flesh. And let's
Right.
see where we can go with that. Because I think at the very least, this automaton should not be running around.
Yeah, I
It's
think
possible
it's in
somebody-
the automaton for sure.
Yeah, it's possible somebody also got it and like modified it, right? Like
Also
so
true.
Who knows? Yeah.
So
Why would you? I mean, why? But why? It is a weird accept a random gift like this.
But it's
It
also her
is.
dead
Yeah.
sister, right?
It
so
is.
it's like
It's very
really
strange.
Specific.
That really
Yeah, so
feels.
the robot is a replica of Florence.
Yeah.
Oh, it's of
which
her. I
is
thought it was her
still
orchestra.
weird.
So
And
just
so
the
creepy.
visual, it's a replica of Florence as a sort of gift to someone she could perform with. That because she had a twin sister, so kind of would surmise that it would look like her sister as
I
well.
thought it
Yeah.
would look like her sister, and I'm like, that's weird because she's dead. But if it's her, that's really like ego boosting.
Yeah, nepotism hire for sure.
I
Not that
know.
anything's wrong with that. You see Mari like standing off to the side, just kind of like kicking her feet a little bit. She's like, I mean, nepotism hires aren't all that bad. I'm just saying.
Huh?
Huh?
What?
What?
Can I ask you a question? When we get into this, what can I rely on you to do? Is it violence? Is it invest? What is it that the two of you do?
Who are you referring to?
To
What,
Mari-
me?
Yeah, and Marjorie.
Oh, I can do so much, Duncan, buddy.
Just one thing.
Just one. All right. Well, hold on. Give me your hand. The not
you-
damaged one.
Okay, I'll extend my hand.
All right. See, first of all, and I kind of like give him a glance and then also look around at the rest of the party kind of nervously. And I go, first of all, palm reading, very helpful, very, very fantastic. And she kind of like traces a line on his palm and she goes, oh man.
What?
Oh, God.
What?
Oh, this
What?
this isn't good, Duncan.
What?
It says you have a history of lactose intolerance on your mother's side. Is that true?
How'd you know that, witch?
Yeah, see? All right. So don't question me again,
How'd
Duncan.
you know that? I pooped for days.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Really
And also I do
confusing.
other stuff. But don't worry about it.
I'm
be fine.
really good at talking and sweet talking, so I feel like I can get some like insider information that y'all might not be able to get out of him.
Great.
And a little bit of magic here and there, so we'll see what I have to do. But I'm the face. That's what I do. I'm just really good at working the face.
So Ashley looks up from his notes. So we should have had Marjorie talk to Raphael.
My bad. I forgot. I know that we are the illustrious beetles of justice.
Yeah, she points to her hoodie.
Probably together for a long time.
The IBJ.
I do not wish to stop Duncan Jones. He's a man in his own power, and I respect it.
Listen, every day's new to me. I took a brick to the head. 08. And I forget every day. It's like the movie Memento. Every day's
Oh.
I forget what everyone does in our group. I apologize.
This
Hey,
is why we
so-
work so well
Soldier.
together.
That's okay. That's why we do the ritual before we start. It gets us back to normal.
My bad.
By the
My
way, circle up. Left foot.
bad. Yes.
Okay. All right.
All right. In,
Yes.
out,
Mm-hmm.
in,
Mm-hmm.
shake it. Ashley, you're not shaking it enough.
I.
All right.
Fine.
Thank you. Break.
Great.
Ugh.
Don't die today.
Have we ever done that before? Have we ever done
Yeah. Every day, Duncan.
that? Okay.
Kind of a thing.
Yep.
I got
It
hit
changes
with a
limbs,
brick
but-
in 08. I got hit with a brick in 08.
That's what I hear. Man,
As you
housing
say
crisis
this,
rough.
walking into Crawford's research room on the second floor with a large window overlooking the grounds of the school. It's a square room lined with wooden shelves overflowing with leather-bound books and metal contraptions of all shapes and sizes. In one corner sits an imposing old desk covered in parchment notes, mechanical knickknacks, and intricate diagrams. Nearby, a massive chalkboard is scrawled with equations and formulas that stretch across half the room.
Oh wow. anyone here as we look around?
No one is in here. That seems you kind of just like walked in, opened the door. It seems to be empty office. You notice that against the far wall is a towering Tesla coil that kind of sparks and sizzles with electrical energy. Its brass fittings and exposed copper wiring kind of crackle and hum, sending dazzling blue and purple little lightning arcs dancing through the air. The smell of ozone is kind of filling the air as well. You also see on one of the bookshelves a small wooden doll that just sits there, staring out the room with like glassy, sort of lifeless eyes. What would you all like to do?
I think we can
I'll put. Sorry, Marjorie. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
As soon as everyone gets in, I'll if there's shades on the window of the door, I'll close them, and then I'll bar the door. I'll actually grab my pipe and into the bottom of the door, and make it like like a stop.
Yeah, we'll say it's like a hooked doorknob, so you can wedge it in there between the door and the wall. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. And then somebody should check the notes. That's for sure.
Yeah, I would say one of us maybe notes, one of us on doll, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah.
So one of you can make a survey roll to look at the etchings on the chalkboard, and someone can make a focus roll as well.
All right, I can do a focus roll.
I can also do focus roll. I can try today.
I can do survey.
Drive.
That's okay.
I'll give a drive.
All right. Who do you want to give the drive to?
Who wants to drive?
I could do either. It's whatever you want to do, Quincy.
I can do whatever. I have 2 in each, so.
Okay, survey is for which part?
Surveys to look at the chalkboard.
Chalkboard.
There's all these etchings and diagrams on it just to sort of make that what that is.
Okay, and focus is for the doll.
I'll help out with the chalkboard because she immediately is glancing between her sigils on her satchel and the chalkboard just to see if there's anything.
Cool.
And I'll give a focus to the doll.
Thank
Cool.
you.
I'll do
so
survey.
focus. Okay.
Oh, and I can make one of mine. I don't know if I need the drive. Okay.
All right, for the chalkboard, 6.
6 is a success.
I got a 5.
Mixed success. Okay. So for you, Ashley, looking at the chalkboard here, what you can sort of get from it is these diagrams reveal current research on thinnings of the flare. The thinnings on the flare is this kind of concept that allows these dark and spooky entities that Candela's known for kind of policing and investigating. Thinnings to the flare is how they're able to get through their world into ours. So there seems to be some research on that particularly. You also notice some ancient Farian text that is heavily circled with a note next to it. And you translate the text, as it's saying, Bismuth is excellent conductor. Act as tether. And for you, Marjorie, looking at the doll, it just seems to be an ornate wooden doll. It has a wind-up on its back, and just kind of just sitting there. It's able to kind of fold and move its joints a little bit. But you also notice that there is a stack of notes next to the doll. Looking at it, seems to contain an order for a crate of bismuth that is to be delivered to the basement of the college. And another page lists all the sort of necessary future improvements for the dolls. And dolls plural, stating versions 1 to 3 had irreversible flaws that need to be addressed. On the desk as well, as you're just kind of like looking around the room, you see next to the doll there is also a note written from Kip Clement, the owner of the circus, inquiring about a new automaton for the circus. The letter says, "Dear Crawford, per our discussion, I am very keen on the Big Show Stopper project. I have prepared payment for 500 bills to commence on said automaton. I will deliver on your next visit. Please bring contract for signature. Look forward to our collaboration on the next jaw-dropping act. Sincerely, Clement."
Is that dated?
Fairly
Before or
recently.
after? Fairly recently.
Yeah.
Like
Like
last
after?
night? No.
No, so this would have been like not like last night. This would have been within the next like few weeks or so. So probably seeing the high wire automaton do such a fantastic job, Kip wanted to order some more attractions for the circus.
All right, good. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
this is
I'll-
a treasure trove.
And for you, actually getting a 6 as well, just sort of looking at the chalkboard, you'll notice on the desk as well is an old Farian book on soul tethers and vessels.
Oof. No.
So like the note was bismuth is an excellent conductor. Act as a tether. Is that the whole
Yes.
thing? Okay, act as tether. Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna take that book. Soul tethering.
What is, you keep saying the word Farian. What does Farian mean?
So New Fair, Old Fair, that is part of the city that you're currently in. New Fair is a town, and Old Fair is a town as well. It kind of speaks to the ancient language that that these lands used to have. The world of Old Fair and New Fair it was created to have like a long-lasting legacy. So there's like hundreds of years of history of this world and of Candela's involvement in it, tracing these scary, creepy, crawly things. There's also like a war that happened years ago. The lore of Candela is excellent. Anyone watching this, grab yourself the source book. It's a fantastic read.
Right. Okay.
I'll relay my info over and be like, are we gonna have to go into the basement? It's always the basement. Why is it always the basement?
We
That's-
should still talk to the guy, right?
Yes,
I'm
we
just
need to
thinking about-
find, but we still need to find Bo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh.
what's going on?
Okay, we found him.
What are you doing in my office? Hey,
Hey,
Open up! open up!
Do I let him in?
Let him in. Let him in.
I'll remove the pole and immediately hide it behind my back.
Okay, sounds good. You open that, take the pipe out. The door opens, and Bo Crawford, a man in his mid-40s, wearing a long, buttoned-up white lab coat, leather gloves, and a pair of goggles on his head, enters. Kind of, as you open the door for them, Duncan, they kind of enter with this kind of quiet confidence, maybe a little bit of a nose kind of tipped up to you all, sort of expecting you to understand his authority kind of vibe.
My favorite kind of person.
He goes in, he's like, what are you doing in my office?
Dr. Bo Crawford. It has been a hot minute since I've seen you, and I wish it was longer. It is most unfortunate that you have me in your office, and I'm looking at all the stuff in here. And it's even more unfortunate that you're still trifling with these puppets.
Ashley, always. Can you get out of my
Don't
chair,
lie
please?
to me. Just, I don't want to see you, but your name popped up. What the fuck are you doing?
What do you mean, what the fuck am I doing? I'm doing research. I'm doing what I'm paid to do, Ashley.
You're
Some of
do-
us
you're
graduated
paid
from the
to
college,
do
and I'm sorry that
research.
some of us
You're
got
not
dropped
paid
out.
to create automatons that will hurt people.
Hurt people? What are you talking about, hurt people?
The bright lights, the circus. Did you not hear this? Or are you too busy messaging invoices to get paid on things that are very dangerous?
It's dangerous. These robots weren't hurt to fly. They're for entertainment purposes. What are you talking about? Who got hurt? What?
As a spectator, can I start to read his body language a little bit and get any sense
Sure
of whether or not
thing.
he's lying?
So Ashley's gonna relay everything of why they're there. Not saying that we're with Candela Obscura, but why that they're on this trail.
Okay. So, Mari, make your read roll.
I can give one to you if
Okay,
you want it
reroll.
also. Just let me know.
Is going to. Oh, that's not great. That's a 1.
That's a 1.
Off my die.
Marjorie, do you want to do a read as well?
Sure, I'll do a read. I was trying to
I've
help.
never read a human.
can give
in
it
my
drive.
life.
I can give
Can
a
I
drive.
give it drive if I don't know they're doing it?
I got 2 6s.
Oh my god.
Huh. Mari knows his social security number at this point.
Nice.
That is a crit success. So, we'll paint the scene here a little bit. So, as Ashley, you accuse a little bit Bo of underhanded dealings and having this kind of confrontation from this man from your past, and you two do have a bit of a checkered past from the old college days. One having graduated and gone on to doing bigger and better things. The other one having been expelled, dropped out, but you had your own route to play. As you're accusing him of this, he says, I wanted to do something kind for her, something that would help get her back to her old self. Like, it would mean the world to me if I could see her on the stage again, happy,
And
charismatic,
so you made a
full of
likeness
life.
of her. That's not creepy at all. That just do you even see yourself?
Look, I wanted her to be the star that she was before. I would never want her harmed. I would do anything for her. Look, my automatons, they obey vocal commands, okay? I don't know why it caused harm. I'm researching that myself this very instant, okay? Look, it should be completely harmless. And he goes and takes the wooden doll off the shelf with the wind up behind it and goes, walk forward. And starts to like walk forward as the winding kind of goes around. As he says this about the doll, Mari, you're kind of in the middle of like the squabble that's going on, and you're trying to read his face, but you keep looking at the doll and making sure Duncan doesn't hit him with the pipe and that Ashley is like gonna be okay. But Lua, you take a second to kind of see him pick up that doll, and as soon as he says, "Look, the doll." The doll, this is how it works. There was like a slight pause when he's like, the machines work like this, like the doll. There was just a slight bump in his presence. He was being ever so confident, and then when it came to explaining how his robots work, he had a second of hesitation, just looked around the room for what he could find.
I'm gonna make shifty eyes at Duncan and be like, and try to point, and like, we have a signal because we work together, and that's like a pin this fucking man down eyeballs.
Oh, all right. I see that. And I'm so baffled because I'm watching the doll. I'm like, oh.
At this point, he has like walked around and sat in his chair at his desk as he takes the doll and winds it, and as it walks across the floor.
Is that his desk?
Yeah, he's sitting down now at his desk as he's wound up the doll and let it.
Right.
Walk across
I'll take my handsome scarf off. I'll whip it around and I'll pull it around him and pull him tight around the
Wait, whoa!
Then I'll clip him upside the head. I'll open hand clip him upside the head as if to show him who's boss. I'm like, hey, listen here, smarty pants. My friend, we'd like to ask you a couple questions. It's all yours, love.
Mari, you
yeah,
feel
Mari.
a slight pinch round in the back of your shoulder blade.
In Mari's?
Yeah.
Wait, Mari or the other Mar?
Mari,
Double Mar.
Diana.
Oh, okay. She's gonna. The rest of you guys will just see her straighten up immediately and kind of like look around, see if there's anything immediately.
You feel a pinch in your back, and then you feel something crawling
Which way? Like up
on your
down.
back.
Hey guys! And she's immediately gonna like throw her hands around. She grabs like almost instinctually from her satchel, just like a stick of what looks to be crystal, but it's selenite for the educated ones amongst our audience. Hello, shout out to y'all. Grabs a selenite wand and just immediately goes and like tries to scratch her back with it. And she's like, "Help! I think there's something on me."
Do you want to make a strike roll?
Personally, no, because for the audience members who are new to Candela, I don't have any points in strike, which means I roll 2d6 and I take the lowest.
Do you want someone to punch your back?
Do I?
Well, you just rolled. What did you get?
I got a 3.
A 3. This thing crawling around your back burrows deeper, and it starts to shred on the ends under your skin. And you think,
Guys, I'm getting mummied.
You're gonna take 2 body.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
And she already had one body.
I have one bleed.
Do something. Marjorie, do
bleed.
something.
Guys!
Please don't ask me. Oh my god.
I let go. I let go of the professor. I go over and immediately I turn her around and look. What do I see?
You turn around, you kind of take the shirt and kind of lower it down a little bit. You just see what looks like this long sort of dragonfly-like body just forming around underneath the skin.
Right, I'll grab my blade because remember I said I had 2 blades as I've got leather chops.
Yep.
I'll grab a blade and I'll try to definitely cut it out.
All right, make me a strike roll.
Now before doing like the fancy knife tricks beforehand.
Stand by. I don't know why I do that. It's so weird. All right, strike roll. Strike is.
It should be on your sheet just under move in the nerve section. I think you have 2d6 for your strike.
Oh, thank you. I'll take the 2d6. Right. And nobody can give me anything, right?
Everyone can give you a drive if they want.
I don't have any drives in nerve.
I have 1 drive, and I will give it to you because we're working together right now.
Okay.
I do not need you to take more on your body right now.
Okay.
So crucial.
Are you ready?
Yeah. 2 already suck.
I got a 6 and a 3. Oh, and I got another one. You gave me
A drive.
a 6.
That's
critical.
a crit
There they are.
success.
There they both are, right there.
Crit success. So as you let go of the doctor, you suddenly gather around Mara. You take your switchblade out. And you see this thing squiggling around. You take it out. Falls on the ground. This little metallic, little insectoid, centipede-like thing starts to sizzle and...
Terrible. I immediately resheath and I pull her shirt up gently over her shoulders.
I want to get that thing.
Okay.
I want
As you go over to pick it up, the doctor is gone.
Ah, dang it!
I was
Ashley!
Ran out
trying
of
to
the
do
room.
something.
As soon as you all were distracted and looked at the insect, he ran out of the room.
Oh my god.
You know there's a basement nearby.
I know,
the
it's like he's
basement.
in the freaking basement.
We immediately, let's go. Are you all right? Do we need healing? Is there any healing? There's no healing, is there?
Hold on. I will say
There are some abilities on your character sheets that could take away marks. Some classes do have that.
Listen, if this is what and I point to the remnants of, I guess, metal centipede that are there, and I go, listen, if we're gonna face up against this sort of shit, here, hold on, gather in a circle, and I kind of grab everyone, and I grab a fistful of chalk out of my satchel, which again, you don't know where it came from. Her satchel's widely disorganized. It might have just been loose chalk, and she starts to like kind of draw a sigil in the ground. In front of you guys in a small circle, and Mari kind of says to you guys, she goes, all right, everyone, huddle up, not just hands this time, full on shoulders, let's grab, come on.
The illustrious beetles of justice.
The illustrious beetles of justice, patent pending, I'm working on the paperwork, I swear. Everyone,
Yeah.
left hands in,
Left hand's in.
and then out,
Left hand out.
and then in again.
And in. Hey,
Shake it all
shake it
about.
up. I knew that was going to be the next part.
And then break. And then Marty, while everyone else is turned and broken, she's gonna like duck to the ground, grab her actual ritual knife with her actual material components, stab her ritual knife into the center of the sigil, and actually cast the spell, which would be her one ability, her ritual ability,
Nice.
for being a weird, which, as long as she has a couple moments to prepare, gives everyone in the circle a soak for 1 body mark.
Ooh. So if you got a body mark, you're able to erase
Oh, sorry,
it.
it's just 1 person. I'll give it to.
Oh, one person gets 1 body mark off.
You
I got
take
the
it.
lead.
You
Yeah,
take
take
it.
It's you. Yeah.
Yeah. You got
You
2
That seems
bodies.
selfish. We went through all this rigmarole. Everyone did
You
the
have
shake it all
3.
about thing.
Take it. Take it.
We're
Okay,
team.
yep, okay, great. She like stabs this obsidian sort of knife into the center of the circle, and you see it like explode upward. And you see it settle on her body in a sort of armor sort of way.
Nobody dies today.
Pretty selfish. Pretty selfish. But that's
You know,
all right.
That's
all
fine.
right.
I feel like I deserve to be selfish after all this.
That's all right.
All right.
That's all
All right. So we know he's probably going straight to the basement, which we probably should go there super quickly, but really quickly. Mari, do you have Molotovs?
I have a singular Molotov. I was told not to use it by Candela. Are you cool? Can I use it? Please say yes.
I want to make a chemical concoction and also make a Molotov.
If the gear part.
That's part of my
is
gear.
Totally narrative. You can
As
have
a professor,
whatever you
I know
want.
how to mix chemicals together to achieve
Yep.
a particular effect. I will make my laboratory equipment as gear, which I do, and I'll spend a few minutes to create a Molotov. I can create something that's acidic, explosive, flammable, loud, sleep-inducing, sticky, or toxic, and I'm gonna make a Molotov.
Sorry, sticky?
I could do something sticky.
We're burning the ship
All
down.
right, as they're doing that, one of my 3 items is a small, like, little piccolo. I'll start playing the piccolo to let everyone relax a bit as we're getting centered to go in to do something dangerous. So I don't know why. It just felt like we needed a little musical interlude as you're doing in this action sequence, in this training sequence.
Yeah, we'll say you're doing this and heading down towards the basement
Yep.
as you're putting the
Cool.
What type of song?
It's a sea jaunty.
Oh.
Oh, you leg over the man and the moon, digga pa pa pa, digga. If all the young ladies were books on a shelf, I'd be.
Amazing.
Run it back on the way to murder this man.
We
amazing.
make our way down.
Yeah.
All right. As you start to make your way down, you descend the stairs to the basement, the air cool and dry, carrying the scent of machine oil and burning coal. A network of pipes crisscross the low ceiling, some hissing softly with steam, others clanking occasionally as though smacked by an invisible force. You go down the door of the basement. Door is locked. Who wants to do a control roll to pick the lock or a strike to kick the door down?
I'll kick.
All right, make me a strike roll.
4.
4, mixed success. So as you guys are rushing down and you kick the door down, you crack your toes a little bit. You'll take a body mark.
Oh,
That's so many body marks.
that's a lot.
That's not good. Okay, keep going.
Okay. As you go down, kick the door open, hurting your foot a little bit in the process, Duncan. The basement is a bit dark, but one of you's got one of your hanging gas lamps in your pack. Put it up to the light as it casts these elongated shadows across the brick walls and the hulking iron boiler that dominates the space. In the back corner, there is a wooden crate, half filled with rocks and bismuth, and a worn-down table sagged under the weight of books and papers piled on top of it. You see a small chalkboard that sits by the desk, and behind the boiler is a closet door with another lock on it. As you look at the chalkboard, it is a child-sized chalkboard covered with alternating lines of phrases with corresponding sketches of body positions. One with a right arm raised at a right angle and says yes. The stick man putting the right arm like this. Another one of the stick man with their right arm lowered like this that says no. Another one with both arms pointing down like this that says I surrender. And another one of a stick man doing this that says I want to hurt you. On the floor under the chalkboard are colorful wooden blocks with letters on each side and flashcards with emotions written on them. Happy, sad, angry, nervous. It's almost reminiscent of a child's classroom.
I knew it. I knew this shit earlier. Okay. Oh my god.
What would you like to do?
Audrey, what did you know earlier?
The letters and the flashcards that we're seeing we saw in her trailer earlier. Remember, there was a bunch of assortments of gifts and things, and some of them were happy and sad flashcards and like letter blocks. This is all for teaching them, and she had some in there. Right, so they're all like little pieces that are connected for like giving them actual emotions and things.
Right.
Or
pretending to have real emotions.
or pretending to have real emotions. Yes.
Okay. Till we get through that door, is there anything else you'd like to do? I'm not good at reading. I'm real good at kicking.
Yeah, we can inspect things if there's anything y'all want in particular.
Well, yeah.
I want this man.
You hear, coming from the closet,
That's the door that's still there and locked?
So there is a closet in this room that has a lock on it, and you hear a tapping coming from it.
Okay. I'll say, who goes there? Prepare for battle. I'll grab my steel pipe. Ready?
While Duncan's doing his 3-minute intro for battle, is there any... Wait, do any of us know Morse code? Is there some sort of like translation that could be potentially not hostile for this before we just send him in? Because I'm down to send him in.
I think we full send it.
All right.
You can look around the room if you want before he goes in, or you can just let him go in and be prepared for what happens.
I think I just let him go in.
Just prepare for what happens.
Okay.
All right.
As you go and break the lock off the closet.
Yeah.
Open up the 2 doors.
Oh, I hate that.
Yep, I also.
As you open up the doors of this closet, breaking the lock inside, you see 3 ornate prototypes of automatons. One made entirely of copper. The other one has a second set of arms protruding from the torso. The third one has a large wind-up crank protruding from its back that is slowly turning as soon as you open the door.
Shut
They all are similar in size. They have a large chunk of bismuth embedded in their chests. And as you all open the door, you hear... You're each going to take a brain mark.
You and the marks, bro. You and the marks.
That's my job!
Can I? Is it bad to just flash bomb and smoke bomb so we can run away from this?
No,
Or-
before
Have a
you-
smoke bomb?
Before
Yeah.
you do that, can I give the hand signal of down?
Sure. Go.
So I've got my thing, and I'll hold my thing and just go down.
So that means no.
Yes.
Oh, you're gonna try to talk to them.
You say no. One hand. So all these robots are kind of like clinked together, like side by side. The winding still going. You do this.
Yeah.
Faceless marks on their face.
Well,
A hand comes out to the door. One enters the room. Another one. Followed by the third one with the crank in their back.
That's really good body work. That you
This is insanely good.
I feel like you
Kevin,
did
great
popping and
job.
locking back in the 80s. I feel like you did no longer. Oh, there you go.
The first prototype.
I didn't mean to ruin the vibe, but we had to call it out. It was so good.
The first prototype walks towards one of the flashcards. Looks over to your group. Holds up the angry flashcard. The other one. Prototype 2 moves to the letter blocks. Puts their hand on them. Spells out the word kill. Kill. Puts them together. Prototype 3 looks at you, Duncan, with its wind-up clock still going, the music peering this darkened basement, and puts his hands like this, signaling, I want to hurt you. And starts running towards all of you. What do you all want to do right now?
I can try and smoke
You have
bomb us
seconds
from
to
the
act.
way.
I give the signal again. Stop.
It just runs over to you, Nick. I need you to make me a move roll.
I need to make a move roll.
That's correct.
God. Where's my? This is aggravating. They're not signals.
The move is above your strike.
Okay. Yeah, that I have two for that.
All right. Does anyone have any drives to add?
16-3.
There you go. You're successful. So this automaton with a wind up in its back, just these ornate screaming metallic sounds comes from it, tries to grab you and able to push it to the side and get out of its way. What the rest of you want to do?
I'm throwing that Molotov.
Okay. Make me a strike roll.
Oh gosh. Oh man. It's a 3.
That is a miss. As you trying to light the Molotov cocktail on fire, the stress of the situation is getting towards you. The second automaton with the arms coming through the torso, it grabs you by the waist and kind of bends in your ribs a little bit, and you hear the searing sound as black marks start to form on your skin and little goo comes out of the pores of your skin. You're gonna take a bleed mark.
Cool.
Anyone else? This third one's coming at you, Mari.
Give another signal. Give the other signals.
I can try
Take a
this one.
look at the. I mean, the signals are. Can I like look at them for any weaknesses outside of the signals? See if there's any.
Looking at them right now, they're
Outside of
just
the business.
these discarded robots that seem to have been awakened, and they just have a mad, angry vibe about them that they just want to hurt and harm.
Okay. Mari's gonna do this thing. She shoves her hand into her satchel at her side and pulls out this obsidian ritual knife. It looks almost like an obsidian arrowhead, hewn the same way, except it's longer, more slender, and it's bound with like a small scrap of leather towards a bit of wood to make a small handle. And she just holds it out almost threateningly towards the robots, and then in the last second shoves it into herself, into this small space between these bones of her shoulder, and she's gonna try and use her forbidden ritual.
Her forbidden ritual? Okay, what is that going to do again?
It's going to disconnect the bismuth from the automatons.
Okay.
Crystal girly, she should be able to do that.
So you don't, that's just an ability, you don't need to roll or anything.
Full on, you know a highly, for the audience, of course, you know a highly complex and an extremely dangerous ritual that will achieve a desired outcome. When you use it, immediately take a bleed scar, not just a bleed point, and determine what the ritual is and what its effects are.
Awesome. So as you do this, you dig the obsidian knife into you and make that scar as the bleed magic from the knife embeds itself into your skin, leaving a mark that you will be forever scarred. The one that comes at you with his hands raised, you're able to take that obsidian mark and get into the bismuth and take it right out.
Oh, nice.
Bam! Just falls down, disconnected. You still got 2 on you. What do you guys want to do?
All right, I'm gonna take that. Can I pull out my handgun as my third and final gear piece and just try to shoot the business?
You have a gun?
Yeah.
A gun! Yeah, you can make a strike roll or a control roll.
I will do a control roll. That's so much better.
All right. This is the take to shoot the one that's in front of you holding you.
It's a 3.
A 3.
Yep.
This thing continues to grab you, Quincy, and is starting to bend your ribs in. That black ichor is spreading around your waist where this automaton has you, and it's climbing up your mid-torso and going up across your chest. You're taking another bleed.
I have a full bleed, so I have a scar now?
You pass out.
Okay.
Oh,
Your party needs to revive you.
okay.
And this will
I have
leave a scar.
teleport. Can I teleport over to Quincy? Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have to roll sense when I perform it, and on a success, I take a bleed mark. So,
Okay.
what did I say I was going to do? Sense. Sense.
Should be at the very bottom of your skills.
Got it. Okay, so I have 1 there. I have a 5.
Mixed success.
Okay, so I take a bleed, right?
So you'll take a bleed, and because mixed success, you're going to take another brain as well from the stress of the situation. These robots running frantic, trying to save your friend. You see one almost crush Quincy around the waist. He kind of goes limp in their hands. You teleport right over to them. What do you want to do?
Am I allowed to lift up Quincy, or do I have to like put
Yep.
like? Yeah. Okay. I think I'm gonna try and pick up Ashley and like put them behind me.
All right, so you rip Ashley out of the grip of the automaton. Got him in your person now, over your shoulder. kind of kick the automaton over. It kind of staggers back a little bit, but it's still up.
Okay. Am I allowed to take other actions?
You can, or anyone else can act as well if they want.
I was like, I don't know. It's like D&D. Do we go?
It's just narrative. It's all just adding to the story.
Then I think I'm gonna try and go very like a la 11 from Stranger Things, and I have a command, so I think I'm gonna try and copy what Duncan was doing because I'm already holding Ashley. So with my one hand, I'll put my hand out and I'll try and do the motion to stop them. And I have 2 die in that, so hopefully it'll.
So which role are you doing?
A sway. I'm gonna try and command them.
Okay, rolling for a sway. Let's go.
All right. Wish me luck. It's a 6 and a 1.
Oh.
Okay. Describe to me how you stop them from going forward.
I'm gonna have just Ashley on my shoulder and be like, "We got this," and then just try and remember everything that Duncan was doing and put my hand out and make the same motion, and I'll be like, "You will not pass." Just do like a really loud scream.
And this is to the one that that was holding on
That
to
was
that was fighting
Ashley.
Duncan or holding on to
I was
Ashley.
fighting Ashley.
Okay, so same thing. You are able to somehow connect to this thing. For some reason, this one isn't maybe as corrupted as the other one was. You remember those hand signals from the chalkboard, and you say stop. You say no,
Yeah.
or do you do the I surrender?
Oh shit.
No.
I think I go for no.
Yeah. Just go no, no.
Hey!
It worked, Duncan! It works!
Okay, so I have tactician as this paused, right? As this thing is like paused, I have this ability I can ask, and remember, in a dangerous scenario, you may spend 1 nerve to ask the GM a question. Like its safety, what possesses the largest immediate threat. So I'm going to ask a question, GM.
Yes.
Do I have a sense the one that's on me? I understand that these are the ones that have gone bad. Do I think it will respond to hand movements at all?
So, responding to hand movements.
I see what she just did, and it worked.
So I'll
And I
say
know
with
they're
your
broken.
So I'll give you this with this tactician ability. You start putting pieces together. You're 65 years old. You've seen a lot of shit in Candela. This is not another day in the park. You've got experience on your side. As you start to roll a dex, the moments in the office, unusual suspects kind of vibe. You drop the coffee cup, the pieces are coming together. You remember seeing notes about vessels, about containing things, about souls coming into vessels. You know that souls beyond the veil are very violent. And amongst the flare, they cause harm. You can put the pieces together for a moment and be like, okay, these things might have something inside of them that's dangerous, that's screaming to be let out, that wants to harm things. Whatever is powering these things inside of them, they are dangerous. But they're not completely devoid of humanity. If you're able, they saw people and freaked out. If there's some sort of way you can either connect to them to make them stop, or take the bismuth out of their chest to deactivate them completely.
Great.
That'll work.
I'll take my I've got my steel pipe. I'll drop it. And I'll say to it, I mean you no harm. Don't you see? We are not too dissimilar, you and I. I surrender. And I'll take a knee.
Make me a sway roll.
Oh my God.
Can I offer a drive since I yelled to him prior?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'll give you one of those so we can have an extra sway.
Okay. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I have a 5 and a 6.
Oh!
Pretty good.
I feel like that's pretty epic.
So as these things are starting to go haywire, one of them taken out with the bismuth off of their chest, the other one crushing Quincy by the ribs and on the hip bones, that mark being made on your hips, that ooze surging up and spiderwebbing all over. Marjorie able to connect to one of them, get them to stop. Duncan, you see this happening as well, and you just put those pieces together, and like, I think these things can be reasoned with. They're just afraid. They want to hurt, but there could be something in there. And you just make that plea and say, I surrender. Get on your hands and knees. This one with the wind up attachment on its back. Looks down at you, Duncan. It lowers its robot head, a mirrorless reflection of your own self in its head. Let us out.
Yeah.
Let us
Yes.
out.
So, how do I, Marjorie? How do I do it?
Let us out.
Yeah, So we think it's the viscousy stuff, right? I'll grab my pole back. I'll grab my steel pipe back up, and I'll swirl it around and throw it out.
Okay. So you as it looked at you, let us out. You take your pipe and just stab it right into the bismuth. Shatters all around. Falls down. The other one that's remaining sees this and starts to gets right up again as you just disconnected the soul from the third one. What's the final test of this last robot that's standing? What do you guys want to do to it? Do you want to run away? Do you want to take it out? Do you want to try to convince it one more time?
We gotta take it out.
Yeah, I feel like we need to free it. I'll stand there. I was like, allow me to free you. Come, and I'll take my steel. I keep calling it a steel pipe. It's a lead pipe. My lead pipe is behind my back. Come,
Yeah.
let me free you. And as it comes at me, I'm gonna stab that SOB.
All right, make me a strike roll.
All right. Okay.
All right.
2 sixes.
Yeah,
Let it be
loaded.
known Matthew Lillard has
sixes.
fucking loaded dice.
I want you to know something. I feel super suspect. That's why I keep. I've had this.
I get it. I believe you, man.
Biggest night.
So as this thing
All
like
because of Beetle and Grimm's. If you want Grimm's,
Hey, if you also want loaded dice.
yeah, sure, dice. Beetle and Grimm's. Loaded dice.
I'm
Great for
kidding.
Candela. Great for any TTRPG. So yes, Duncan, you call this thing over. It kind of runs at you a little bit, like it might just come to like bulldoze you over. It probably didn't listen to your command, as it's just fight or flight. And you're like, come here, Terminator style. Take the lead pipe and just home run, smack it.
I pull it from behind and he runs into it.
Yeah. Its form, kind of a bit old and weathered from being contained for so long, just
Like
the
Duncan
metal
Jones.
gets through it.
Like Duncan Jones, old and withered.
Exactly. So it kind of just goes limp around your lead pipe. As that bismuth is cracked and stuck there. These sort of black wisps crack out of the bismuth and they just exit in the ceiling and escape.
Nice. How was that? How about some celebration? Yes.
Yeah, that's great, Doug. And you see Marty is like immediately like she's like got a half second of celebration at the fact that she's not dead, and then that's immediately replaced by, oh man, that bismuth is kind of valuable. She immediately like starts scrambling over and starts trying to collect the bismuth.
And also, you have a passed out Ashley.
Yeah, I'm tapping
On the
Ashley
floor.
to get them back up.
Okay. So do you have, let's say, do you have any gear on you that would be able to wake them up?
Weapons.
I pull up my piccolo.
That familiar sound for you, Quincy, is just enough to kind of snap you out of it and bring you back.
You're welcome.
Serenaded back.
But I want you to describe to me what your mark looks like from the bleed that was left over from the automaton touching you.
Okay. From the grip that the automaton had on Ashley around the waist, and kind of just the way it just squeezed and just vice-liked around the hips. I don't think Ashley can walk properly again. I think one of the legs is just not going to function properly like it, and you can kind of see if you looked at his skin, the amount of just whatever the bismuth is or whatever it is infecting, it just kind of has that permanent mark now of like the 5-finger grip just kind of viced in there, almost kind of almost like the Venom kind of symbiote is what I can think of, just kind of how it sprawls out and just crawls and just crumbles around it. So Ashley kind of gets up, or doesn't get up, but leaning very heavily on Marjorie, if you can, for support, and is looking around for whatever remains, but also if there's any other doors to where Dr. Crawford could have gone through.
So the only thing that you can really, looking over the room really quickly, trying to see what's the next play here, what can we do? You notice in the closet where the automatons came out that there is a full schematic of a 10-foot automaton designed like a strongman, complete with bismuth chunk lodged in its back. The project titled The Big Show Stopper. Scribbled in the margin is a note about delivering the automaton to Clement at the circus, and the delivery is today.
I knew it.
So with that, as you pull out that schematic and realize he's probably going back to the circus, he's going to finish the delivery. We are going to take our break, everybody, because it has been a hot second. So we will take a quick 5-minute break just to stretch the legs, refill drinks, and we will come back to the final act. So don't go anywhere.
Oh my gosh.
And we are back. Thank you, everyone. But let's take a little break there, stretch the legs, and refill the drinks. But we have to return to our creepy robot nightmare. All right. Jumping back into it. So good. Music, by the way, provided by Monument Studios. Go check them out. They make amazing, amazing stream-safe music.
We love Monument in this house.
Heck yeah. So, as you are in this basement, defeating those busty-ass prototype robots, finding the schematic of the big top robot that was being made to be delivered to the circus this evening, that's huge, hulking, 10 feet high, Duncan kind of having that usual suspects moment of the glass breaking, figuring out that these robots had sort of a tether to the veil behind, to the dark lands beyond, maybe was housing some sort of angry souls inside, or not too sure. But you know where to go next. It is back to the circus, possibly where Bo is, you're not too sure, but you know a massive 10-foot dangerous robot that is more dangerous than the ones that you have fought is at the circus, maybe right now. Do you guys go there? Or do you do anything else before you leave?
Well, we should talk a little on the way there.
Yes.
I have two marks. One more I go down. So, if I go down, try to revive me as quickly as you possibly can.
I'm not as beat up and I can't fight as much, but I could definitely come back and try to help.
Okay. And then, and I think that, look, I'll try to take the majority. I mean, I'll try to defend myself, but I'll be the sort of the bait you guys do everything you can. Remember, it's the back, and it's huge. So maybe we get to the top. Maybe we climb up the rope. What's the word I'm looking for?
Tightrope.
What is this thing?
The swing, the trapeze.
Trapeze. Yeah.
Trapeze.
Yeah, maybe try to get up on the trapeze and dislodge this ichor from the back.
We're all performers now. And I'm
Yeah.
ready. Yeah.
Very good. No matter what happens, let us never forget. You put the left hand in, put the left hand out.
So
Put the left hand in, and you shake it all. At 65, you can kind of see as he's doing it, you can see like a small tear start to get on his eyes, and he knows this could be his very last attempt.
no one dies today.
Could happen, definitely.
But nobody dies today.
Probably at 65, it's only a matter of moments.
Duncan, sorry, and speaking semi-metally, I guess, which categories did you have the 2 points in on?
Body.
Oh, I can't help with that.
All right.
Yeah.
By the way, I started with an English accent, so you think that he may be having a stroke.
Oh no!
You notice that Duncan has changed his dialect, and he could be stroking out. Listen, he's 65. It's only a matter of time.
Oh no.
Man, age is wild.
seen a lot of
Smell
shit.
burnt toast? No. Okay. All right, let's go forward. I wish
We'll
you all
grab the car and the carriage and head back.
Never forget, we are the illustrious Beatles of justice. All right, we make our way back to the circus.
All right.
On the way back, I'm gonna be making as many chemical concoctions as you'll let me.
So you got 3 slots for your gear. You had one that you couldn't light, so you have a Molotov cocktail. So you got
Right.
you said you had a gun.
I'm allowed to. Does it take a spot to make a chemical concoction? Because a chemical concoction is ability.
So you use your ability to create an item essentially.
Right.
So that would go in that 3rd slot.
Okay. Okay. So I can't make more.
And unless you want to get rid of like your gun or the Molotov cocktail to
Yeah,
replace
I'll get
them.
rid of everything else so I can make max 3 chemical concoctions.
3 chemical Okay, sure.
Cool.
Sounds good. Anyone else want to?
I just have magician gear. Like, what am I gonna do with
Surprise! Your
Can I
thumb
make
is no
one for
longer in
Marjorie?
your
Can I
hand.
just like making drinks and like bottles of stuff as we're like going there?
We hear just like shaking of a cocktail shaker in the back of the carriage.
We're going so fast. You can actually, as you look at the front, I'm actually on the mare, and I'm riding it. So I'm no longer like together. We are pushing with all of our might, and the carriage is flying along.
The egg whites just beat themselves, honestly.
Mari, what are you doing as you're preparing in this carriage? You got Ashley making up crazy chemical concoctions of various neon bright colors. Marjorie's going through their sort of magician's bag to be like, what can be useful? Some flash paper goes out, some cards come and squiggle
Make a
around.
distraction, you know?
I just
Yeah, exactly.
specifically look at Marjorie and I kind of like give her a sideways sort of like side eye sort of glare at her flash paper and her flashy sort of materials, and I look back at my own beat up satchel with embroidered runes, most of which are obscenities. And I just like look down, look back at Marjorie, look down again, and I pull out a bit of charcoal and a piece of paper and I'm like, I mean, if anyone wants like a little bit of protection against the supernatural, like I'm happy to give it. But also,
Duncan is beat up, but it's up to you, right?
I can try. And I like start to crawl towards the front of the carriage.
Good try.
Of course.
All right, just Duncan just.
I think I'm like 5 feet up and I'm like, Duncan! No, you look really cool. You look so cool up there. But also, I've got this sigil for you. And you can see that she's like scribbled a sort of a series of like almost half moon type notations and circles and dots and things like that in charcoal and a piece of paper. And she just goes, I mean, if you want it, it'll help you against supernatural shit.
Yes,
really
I
invested
want
in
it.
this one?
Yes. Today's
Okay.
not the day.
Okay, and she like slaps it into your hand.
Good. You put it on my arm. Like a
Yeah.
little tattoo on my arm.
It kind of burns its way in, not in a way that hurts, but you can see these red like marks, embers, and
Burns in a good way. Ouch! What I do to you.
like whiskey. I feel you.
I feel he's also got like a huge like anchor tattoo right next to it. He's a longshoreman.
I didn't know you sailed. That's crazy. I'm gonna go back in the carriage though.
Go for it.
The horse is so good. How are you so good at that?
Listen, as a longshoreman, you collect a lot of random jobs. And one of the three things is a jockey bin. Like a jockey bin. It's not.
The failed jockey career because you were too tall for the profession.
Yeah. By the way, remember I have leather chaps on. That should have been indication. It should have been like you should have seen this coming.
Duncan Jones is a long. I want to look at that backstory. Holy.
So many things.
So, after some time goes by, preparing yourselves for what's about to come, you arrive back at the Bright Knights Fair and Circus tent. The sun has dipped just below the horizon, so there's this silver lining of dark orange and desolate pinks, and the gray clouds kind of looming over as the sun fades into night. Few bit of stars can be seen twinkling amongst the dull blue sky. As you approach the entrance, one of you, one of a time, coming out of the carriage, not really sure what to expect next, you do notice something. You see a figure steps into the light from inside the shadowed big top tent. Gina, would you like to reveal yourself and tell us your character, please?
As you look into the shadow of the tent, you see a figure standing, looking up. She slowly turns, and with every turn you hear... She slowly turns towards you. You see her, she is a very slender figure, bright red, fiery hair, a bit tangled. She looks like a spitting image of Florence, except just a bit wrong. She is an amalgamation of porcelain, wood, and metal. And as she stands and stares at you, she slowly starts moving her limbs and holds her arms up like this.
And that is the I surrender gesture
I was like,
that you saw on the chalkboard.
Yeah. Yes. I'll jump off the horse and start to make my way towards her.
Hmm?
And I see you, child. I see you. Come, let me hold you. And I'll go to try to embrace her.
You don't really see any change of expression in her face. It is broken, cracked, and marred, but her head does slowly turn, or her head cocks to the side, almost with acknowledgement, as she lets you embrace her.
Oh, nice.
As you do this, Duncan, I need you to make me a move roll.
Oh.
Oh no.
Why? I'm hugging a child, like hugging a broken doll with the most beautiful hair. What could possibly go wrong? A 4.
A 4. Mixed success. You go to hug the spitting image of Florence, this automaton meeting you for the first time. You go in for a hug. Ah! That stinging sensation from the bleed residue that you felt earlier. You remember the automatons touching Ashley's skin, burning with the residue of bleed. touching the automatons is dangerous. You'll take one more bleed mark.
I believe I fall. That's so.
However, you were just given a ward.
The what? Oh, I
You were
did.
given a ward, so it soaks it.
Yes.
So as you go to hug, that sizzling sensation comes. You go, ah! And that rune that was given to you from Mari brightens with blue and purple light and evaporates. And the scarring disappears instantly.
She looks down at what would have been your injury, almost in shame, and she puts her right arm down and keeps her left arm up.
So signaling no.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I understand.
Ashley's gonna struggle to get out of the carriage, kind of leaning onto it for support, and kind of motioning it, looking towards the automaton. Do you know where Dr. Bow Crawford is?
She looks at you in acknowledgement and goes,
So signaling no.
Love our
Do-
translator.
Do we have
Do we put?
any information of like another carriage there, a delivery truck, a cart, something to where something 10 foot and huge would have been delivered?
As the robot says no, you hear someone dart out in front of you. The real Florence, gag in their mouth, some sort of rope around their wrists, black marks around their forearms and their hands going, kill it! Kill it! It tried to kidnap me! Kill it now! Get it! Take care of it! Do it now! It's gonna kill more people! Do it!
You see the automaton frantically moving her arms.
The Thomas is saying no.
No,
No.
yeah. No.
What do you wanna do?
Where's the key? Where's the? I'll say to Florence. Where's the key?
You notice that the key is around their neck still.
Give it to me.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Get rid of it!
Grab
Kill
that
it!
key. I will walk up to her and be like, I understand, child. I'll grab that key.
Okay,
Snap it off.
make me a control roll.
A 1. Critical fail.
Okay. So you won't take a mark from this, but the Florence is just backing away from you, trying to grab it, and they evade your grasp. And it says, "What are you doing? This thing's gonna hurt more people. Go after it. Don't worry about jewelry. What are you doing?"
I will not hurt you, child. But somebody else will. Marjorie, we need that key.
You got it.
I'll teleport on command. Yeah.
Okay, teleport. Go over to it.
My
Who wants to make a control for finesse or a move roll?
I was just hoping to like push so Marjorie, or so Mari could do it if you wanted to. Like,
Sure.
work together on this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll allow that.
I'd be done. Mari has absolutely no qualms about robbing someone who has no their hands not free. She like starts to lurch over and kind of like ducks around Marjorie at the last second. So be a which type of roll?
You can make a move or control.
And I guess I'll try to like hold her. You know what I mean?
Can we give drives to this?
Yep.
Cool. We'll give a drive.
I'm going with control. So with one drive. Anyone else? Okay.
I
So
don't
should
have
be 3 dice total for me. So I have 2 points in control and then 1 drive from Quincy, which should be. Oh man, that is not great. I will say. It's a 5.
What was it? It's a 5.
5 is
Mixed
good.
success.
Yes.
So you do get it at a cost. So as you reach over to grab the necklace from her, she has this sort of loose rope around her wrists, this black inky markings on her forearms, this gag that she pulling on the ground. As you go to reach for the necklace, she suddenly releases the bounds on her wrist and does an uppercut to you.
It's never a
you're
good
gonna
sign.
You're gonna take a body that was wrapped around.
Yeah.
I was
That's
trying
our
to
third
grapple
body.
her. Damn.
So you got the necklace, but she clips you with an uppercut as you grab it.
I think so. If I have 3 body marks,
Knocked
saying
out.
for yeah. So in that case, you would see me grab the key, hurl it behind me, and then immediately like fall to the ground.
Oh, gosh.
So I'll let any of you catch it. Whoever wants to be the person to grab it.
I'm behind her, so it's gotta be one of y'all.
I'll grab it. I'm
go for it.
Okay.
I'm going after it anyway, so I'll immediately grab it.
So as it flies in the air, Mari just gets clipped in the chin, gets just taken down, smacked in the back of their head on the ground. And Duncan, you have the key.
I'll grab my left
hand.
That was not very ladylike, was it? So now that I have the key, I'll back up towards Florence, and I'll present the key to you. I don't know what the key does. I have no idea if this could do anything. This could be the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life.
If not, I'm haunting you, Duncan. I swear to God.
So as you have the key and go towards Florence and say, "Here, I think. Do you need this?
Take this. Does this help you?"
Yes.
Yes. I unlock. I look around. Do I see a keyhole?
So as you're looking for a keyhole that could be connected to the metallic Florence here, another figure comes into the big top light. Look, I think this has gotten a bit out of hand. Let's
Who
just
is
give
it?
me a chance to talk. This is Dr. Crawford.
I want to leap at Dr. Crawford and at the same time crash the Molotov against myself and jump on him.
While this is
Okay.
happening, I'm picking up Mari. just so you
Ashley,
know.
there are better ways to do this.
Make me a strike roll or a control roll
I wanna
or a
do
move roll. I'll
control.
let you do any of those.
Straight up control.
Flame.
So as you put yourself on fire and rush towards Doc, like, no, we can talk this out. We can wait. No, help! What'd
The
you roll?
6.
Success. So as you do that, you rush over Dr. Crawford. They let out a help! You just grab him and have this like bear hug on him as you both start to wreathe in flame.
That was so dramatic. There could have been better ways. We could have worked as a team.
As this happens, as Dr. Crawford yells out for help, you are wreathed in flame, Ashley, with Dr. Crawford. He's
I'm grabbing him and I get him close to my face and I'm like, your machinations and your research and all the good that you fucking thought you did, it dies with you now.
And with that, Marjorie, you had your hand up.
I just want to pick up Mari from the ground so she's not being
So she's
murder
she's
trampled.
still like, yeah, they're still knocked out, but you got them up, kind of holding them up. As you hear the doctor scream out, as Ashley says that to them, and the fire wreathes up, smoke starts to catch on the top of the tent. You hear, and that 10-foot tall automaton, the big top strong man in its unitard, clicks its eyes open. The whispers from its torso starting to bleed into all of your ears. You're all gonna take a brain mark.
Ooh, what happens if you have 3 brain marks?
You go down.
Shit.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm sorry.
no.
You and Mari
You're like halfway through
Both.
dragging me.
fall down as you're trying to get this up.
When did we
Can't leave us here with this man, Mari. You're the only one who wants.
Let's count brain bleeds. When did we get the brain bleeds?
I got 2 at the last thing.
So when you went to talk with the automaton, when you went to the automatons, those whispers were inside of them, and that caused brain marks.
So that's 2.
I had 2 of them because I had a communication with one. I think I got hit with another, and then this is my 3rd.
Yeah, because they failed in a roll.
Right.
I'm the only one up.
Duncan's the only one.
Duncan is the only one up. Ashley technically is still up.
I'm still up. I can still
They are
take some
not-
bodies off of this, but I'm still up.
So yeah, so in doing that, how many body do you have, Ashley?
I have 3, so I'm still
You're
good.
gonna- You have 3 empty?
Yeah, 3 empty.
You'll take 2 from the fire.
Cool.
But
Duncan,
Dr.
get us up.
Bo is just they're flame. They're dead. Their skin's starting to bubble. They've gone limp in your arms. Their eyes are starting to bulge out of their skulls. The big automaton is starting to approach the
I
circle.
am trying.
He's knocked
I'm
out.
now desperately looking for a key to unlock Florence or Florence Part 2.
So as you look for a key, there doesn't appear to be any keyhole with the key
I'll
itself.
look at her like, what should I do with it? Where do I put it?
She reaches out with her hand and opens her hand to take it.
I give it to you.
She grabs it, and very, very faintly, you hear her say, "Freedom."
I'm 65. I can't hear.
They said freedom.
Oh, freedom. Oh, good. Yes. Freedom. Now, let's deal with the big strong man.
All right. So now, Gina, you are going to enter into this fight. I have a sheet here for you to roll and be involved with everything that's going on.
Where's my dice? I have it.
Gina's
is it?
traveling right now. I love
Yeah,
the
it's 'cause your
concept of
makeup was so
TTRPG.
good.
People just traveling with dice all the time.
You never know when you're going to need it.
Yeah.
100%.
dice
Every
roll.
convention.
Always get some Beetle and Grimm dice sets for whenever some random person wants you to play in a Candela game and show up in robot makeup.
I
I
have so
literally
many
have one
of
in my
them.
purse. Yeah.
I saw it today.
The stress of the situation has gotten to you. Running back and forth frantically.
But
I can always roll for you. I can roll for you if you need to. I'm rolling. You've never seen anyone roll hotter.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, you can roll for me.
Legitimately.
That'd be great.
Don't jinx it. It's the loaded.
Okay, yeah, I'll have Matt roll for me.
Okay. I got you. Okay, so now we've got this guy in front of us. It's just me and you.
Got it. I want to make a move. She is a trapeze artist. She is going to run for the trapeze to grab onto it, to swing, to try to get on top of this giant automaton.
Okay, make me a, let's see, this would be a move, strike, move or strike. So you've got 2 in each.
Okay, I'm
So
gonna
2d6 roll.
run. Let's do move.
Okay, and you got a gilded in strike.
I'm gonna use that gilded.
Okay, so this would be a strike roll.
Mhm.
So one of them can be a gilded. So make 2d6 there.
Okay. Anyone? I'll give her a drive.
I'll give
Okay,
a drive.
So it's 3d6, 46.
Okay. And the gilded is the big one.
Yep.
The gilded is a 1. Not great. It's terrible all the way around. A 1,
Okay.
a 2, and 2 3s.
That is a
Aw.
fail. So for you, automaton Florence, as you rush over to this big automaton in this Terminator-like fashion, you with the same grace and trapeze artistry as Florence, just start to jump all over, jump towards the trapeze rope, do a backflip gainer, wrap your legs around the top of this bulbous, strongman-looking metallic figure. Just start to using your elbows, using your fists, trying to get it. And its arms it doesn't look phased at all from the hits you're doing. It just grabs both arms, goes, and just cracks your spine on its knee as cracks start to spiderweb from your metal frame as you drop on the ground. You're gonna take 2 brain from this thing as the whispers in its body start to invade your eardrums. I also need you to describe to me what is your worst fear as a vision starts to take over your metallic mind.
My
Seriously.
worst fear would be to never feel warmth.
Never feel warmth.
Mhm.
So as that knee strikes your spine, the spiderweb of the outer shelling of the casing starts to splinter and flail all around. Your vision just goes black, and the creak of the metal neck echoes into a dark room with just a single spotlight on you, and it's cold and dark. You look down at your metallic feet and you can see little crystalline frost starts to cover the metal. As you have your knees together, you try to separate them as the frost is starting to coalesce, the metal sticking together, and it's climbing up your knees and your thighs and up to your chest. So.
I am never telling you my greatest fear. Ever. I'm gonna lie to you because that was so rude. She just shared with you her deepest, darkest fear, and you just use it against her. With that,
I'm here.
That's the game. I'm sorry,
Cheide.
Darrington Press. Why would you make me do this?
So I'm officially the only one up, except for Ashley.
Ashley's still up for a second. I would like to pass over one of my concoctions. If I can like roll the bottle over to Duncan, you can kind of maybe see a bottle hit your foot as like Ashley's trying to get back up and like get back to normal. And it is it's a whiskey bottle with like this really sticky liquid in there, and you can kind of see floating in there is the remnants of what is probably Mari's lollipop kind of in there. And if you would throw it like on the label, like kind of sketched like very hastily on it, it just says sticky.
Right.
So, and Ashley's gonna be like, throw it, and he can like kind of motions over to the robot to throw it at the large automaton.
Okay.
All right. So the sticky chemical substance. This is going to be a control roll.
Okay. I understand that this thing can see, right? Because we've been doing hand controls.
Yeah.
Right?
So this one is the top of the line, newest model. Has a face, looks like a strongman, but is covered in liquid metal almost, and has like a unitard and everything.
Yeah, and I just made contact. I mean, we just had an interaction like that I felt deeply about. So I know what I'm gonna aim for very specifically, and I think I have this feat called Sharpshooter, which allows me when you want to make a ranged attack with a weapon, you may spend 1 nerve to steady your aim before shooting and add +2 to your next shot at this target. I mean, it's like almost like I was built for this moment.
Yeah, so you see that large bismuth crystal that's embedded in his back as well that you saw from the schematics. So you're pretty sure that if you can ace this hit and crack that crystal, it'll shatter and the soul within it might escape.
I can do that, but all I see is him right in front of me. I can't see behind, but I know it's there.
Yeah, because you saw the schematic.
So what I'm gonna do, I know it's gonna sound crazy. I'm gonna let him get closer to me. This doesn't make any sense. But I pull out in my jacket. I pull out like it's like sort of like it's a mechanical grappling hook.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of like as I'm looking at it, right? I take this thing and I shiv it and it goes, and this grappling hook comes out, right? And it's got this long, thin, like a silk rope attached to it. And I take the bottle of this thing and I stick it in my bag, and I start to roll the grappling hook around. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hook it onto the the high wire, right? And I'm gonna it's got a retractable sort of gizmo that sucks me up the rope. It's a little like a bat hook.
Yeah.
So listen, you get 3 things in Candela that are in your butt.
Hell yeah.
I have a piccolo. I have my mechanical grappling hook and a little thing that whips me up. So my idea is I'm gonna whip up, and then as I get to the top, I'm gonna try to hit it from behind.
Okay. So, there can be a few things you can do here. This could be a control roll. This could be a move roll or a strike, because you are also going to use it to hit him in the back. So which roll do you want to do?
Well, strike is my number 1. And my move is pretty high, so I'd probably go with strike. I'm gonna go strike.
Okay.
Okay. So every time I get hit, also I get to replace my my marks. Every time I take a point, I get to replace my marks. So I'm gonna use the 2 marks I have left to do this.
Okay.
Okay.
Am I down for good, even though I have?
No,
only
you're
2
not
rings?
down. So you took 2 out of 3. So you're still
Okay,
up.
good. Okay,
You just
cool,
kind of
cool.
got hit with that. Also, sorry, I should have specified. When this thing hits you, your character's worst fears come out. Doesn't have to be your own personal, like your personal fear if you don't want to say
Right.
it.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Childbirth. Okay, okay.
Real hair.
No, for real.
You have a baby every 6 seconds.
That's a
Ah!
true nightmare, yeah.
Okay.
All right, here we go. We got a strike roll. That's 2d6. If anyone has drives, you could add to it.
I will add a drive.
I'll take the drive.
All right.
Go for
Okay. I'm gonna use 2
And
drives.
Gina, you have drives
Do I
as well,
have any?
Tad.
Do I have any drives that I can get?
Yeah,
if I could,
you do.
I'd like to give 2.
You've got 3 drive, Tad.
Mhm.
So it's only
I'll
1
give
per
him
roll.
2. Oh, 1.
Okay.
Yeah. So you've both added 2d6 to his pool.
Okay. So I have to re-roll 1d6.
All right.
Got
Okay,
it.
ready? Come on, baby.
Come on.
Okay, 1. I got 1 6. I got 1 5, 2 4s, and a 2. So I
Okay.
get 6 and a 5. So I'm looking for 1 more 6.
If you do the double 6, it's over.
1.
Ah,
Still a success. After all that, you take the highest result out of all the 6s you do. So that was a success. So as this thing is right in front of you, you see 2 of your comrades go down, Ashley leaving a burning corpse at their feet as they pat out the flames, as they get their concoction ready. The automaton falling on the ground, little metal splinters all over the dusty canvas floor of the big top tent. This thing looming over you, Duncan. You look up, grab that grappling hook, up into the top, let go, Arkham style, just duck down with that lead pipe, hit on the back of the crystal. It's cracking in all directions. Part of it falls off. It needs 1 more hit to be taken completely out. Part of it is still lodged in the back.
Great. So as I get to the ground, my idea was to hit it with the sticky component. So that's my shot. Boom. I'll hit it with a lead pipe, but I still have the sticky component that I got from Ashley.
That's correct.
I have that. I still have that compound. So as I get to the ground, it's only me, and I realize there's nothing else I can do.
You got the automaton is still with you as well. And Ashley is still there too. They're still both up.
So
The 2 of you can act as you want.
Can I get up and help?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
If that's
Ashley
the case,
Ashley can help too.
as I hit the ground, I look at her. She starts to go, and I'm like, "Take it!" And I'll throw the compound at him. Look, hit him with this, and I'll start as we switch places. I'm in front of him, and I'll start to distract him.
Yeah, that works.
She starts to get up from the ground and grabs the component and starts walking over to the automaton. She is broken. One of her legs is dragging, but she's determined to make her way over there, and she climbs on top of him. I want to slam this component into that you said it was a gem on his back?
Yeah, it's like this crystal in its back. Duncan smashed the pipe on it. It cracked. A chunk of it fell off, but it's still like, still glowing a little bit. Just needs 1 more good hit.
Okay. I think I'm going to roll a strike and try to just jam it into the gem.
All right, the sticking component that'll let you be able to get enough adhesive to like rip it off of the back all of its own. With that, you have pretty strong strength as an automaton as well.
Okay.
All right, so you're gonna make that strike roll.
Yep.
Okay, you got 2d6. You guys can add drives to this.
I'll add a drive.
I'm out
Okay.
of drives.
Add a drive, so it's 2d6.
Let's go.
Thank you, friend.
You got 1 6, a 2, and a 6.
Woo! Okay. As she climbs on top of him, with every move she makes, bits of her are falling off, cracking off her, and she takes the component and she just jams it in there. As she jams the component into the gem, her arms are deteriorating. Her face half her face is a gaping hole, cracked open, and you can feel the desperation from her as she jams the component into his gem. As she takes her hands off the component, parts of her hands are stuck on the sticky part still as she's falling apart, and she falls back and collapses behind him.
So, as this happens, as your body starts to deteriorate, that sticky component given from Ashley, putting your hand, able to be like a suction cup from the crystal powering this massive automaton. Almost these tethers of lightning, purple and blue, trying to connect the bismuth power source to this massive automaton. It's struggling using all of your strength. This little bit of a shockwave goes around the tent as the whole thing moves side to side. The rest of you standing kind of fall a bit. The Marjorie and Mari, your bodies kind of like roll a little bit from the sheer blast of this thing. You're still breathing, you're still alive, but you just kind of moved over to the side. Now, Ashley as well, this massive shockwave kind of takes you back a little bit. But for you, Gina, as you pull that power source out, your body starts to deteriorate, you fall on the floor pretty hard and roll a bit as well as more metallic bits start to shatter and fall down to the ground. But the big top automaton falls down, powered off. You have defeated the strong man.
Nice! Come on!
Are up. Dr. Crawford is out burning. Ashley, what are you doing in this moment?
Ashley's going to be crawling over to the body of Mari if she's the closest one here. And the last bottle that I have is like a healing concoction.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to give a little bit of that to Mari to hopefully bring them back. And then, because Mari can walk better than I can, hopefully. I don't know what the scar is. I'm going to put that into your hands and just point over to Marjorie.
Okay. So Mari, you start to awake. A bit blurry at first from the smelling scent of the liquid that Ashley gives to you.
Oh my god, is that whiskey?
No, it's actually tea.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not an alcoholic at all. And I hold up a hand. The hand which was holding the key is now almost entirely gone. It's just nubs at this point. But regardless, she still uses it and crawls over to Marjorie and tries to like shake her awake.
Yeah. So Marjorie knocked out as well, but able to be like, Marjorie, wake up. And your vision comes too.
And then we could just like get away from these guys and we'll be fine together for, we're good now?
Yep,
Okay.
no, yep, we'll be fine. Yep, mm-hmm.
So Marjorie, I'd like to describe to me what your scar is from taking all that damage.
I would say there's like a big like gaping one like on this side of my face that kind of like goes in that I'll try to definitely put my hair over, right? But it's jarring enough where it goes into this from all the brain trauma I've had.
Yeah. And as you guys play, and if you wanted to play in future campaigns and keep these characters with you, those scars are with your character for as long as you play them, adding to the cosmology of your appearance if you want art done with it or anything like that.
I am just a bag of sand right now.
I will say for you, Gina, you are on the ground, your body's slowly deteriorating. The real Florence, still standing, kind of witnessing all this. They look at all of you, and they begin to run out of the tent. Would anyone like to make the last roll of the game to catch them before they run off towards the city?
I can probably assist, but I don't think I'm the gal to make it.
I'll give a drive to somebody.
I did prepare that sharpshooter.
Do it.
Gina, you got a drive to give.
I would like to give the last drive, and in her last desperation, laying there, she reaches out to the Florence, running away in desperation, begging. You can tell she's begging someone to please catch her, and I give you my drive.
I shall not let you down.
What kind of roll is it?
It's the
This is the
sharpshooter.
Yeah. So whatever you want to describe as a thing you're throwing at them or shooting at them.
The pipe.
Yeah. I have those my pipe. I put my pipe in the back of the damn robot. So I go to grab my pipe and it's gone, but I know I always carry my trusty blades.
Okay, here we go. Make me a control roll.
And I throw both of them, aiming for like her Achilles.
Ooh.
I want to drop her.
Right.
I grab it and it's slow motion. and you can see him. He's so excited about the fact that he's got this moment of glory, and as he's twirling it, he goes to throw it, and they in perfect syncopation into the night, and you hear thunk, thunk, and nothing else. As I start to make my way towards her, both of those blades had gone into her boots, and she got rid of her boots and ran off into the dark.
Oh,
What was the roll? The result?
I got her. 2 3s.
Oh.
oh.
I got her. I heard it. Did you hear it? And I go off into the darkness to go collect her body, and sure enough, I hit. But she just had these nice high boots.
Queen.
No.
My automaton's hands, you can just see her just drop her hands and go limp and lay there.
As the key is near you, Gina, you feel that rigid motion, the ability that's been hindering you to speak is suddenly melting away. The device that was keeping you under control this whole time is now in your possession, allowing you to speak normally. As your body deteriorates, is there any last words you want to give to the the illustrious Beatles?
No, say
No.
it. Go on. Full name.
Where was it? It's in the chat.
Illustrious
somewhere. I forget.
Beatles of Justice.
The illustrious Beatles of Justice.
Yes, as she lays there looking at the top of the tent, it almost feels like in your heart you see a tear rolling down her face. Impossible, but you can almost feel it. And she whispers, warmth once again. As she yearns for the warmth of being human once again.
As the night carries on, the illuminated city beyond the hills in front of the carnival in front of you, the next destination to find out where Florence is upon you. But that'll have to wait for another day. As you research and go through the carnival grounds, you find notebooks left over. You find discarded pages from Crawford's office detailing a switch had been made. The soul of Florence captured into the body of the automaton, a soul beyond the veil encased within, now inside the real Florence. The work of the illustrious Beetle Circle is not done.
No, God, say it without laughing, Kevin.
The illustrious
The illustrious
Beatles
Beatles
of Justice.
of Justice.
Don't
work
be
is
a
not-
jerk, Kevin. Don't be
Sorry,
a jerk.
I love it so much. It's tears of joy. The illustrious,
I'm gonna make this merch.
the
I'm gonna do it.
illustrious Beatles of Justice. The work is not done, as the mystery has yet to be solved. But that'll have to wait for another time, as the camera fades to black, and our session has ended. Everybody.
No.
Woo!
Amazing. Just
lie
3 cheers for
ride?
Kevin.
I
Were
want
they
to lie.
slip-on boots? Because they came off real easily. Like, you're not wearing tied-up boots or
Suspiciously easily.
anything.
They were just
you know?
the wrong size.
I
you
knew
know?
I missed, and I was like,
That was a great story beat, though, man.
Oh,
Could
it was
not have done it better
fantastic.
myself.
It
But
was
thank
so
you all so
good.
much for joining us tonight in the chat. Thank you so much to these awesome storytellers. Holy cow. Thank you so much, Lewis Stardust, for joining us on such short notice. Thank you, Gina, for making
Thank
your
you.
awesome guest appearance. Thank you to Quincy, Dana, and of course, Matthew Lillard. Thank you so much for joining us for this awesome Candela experience. I hope you all had a fun time. I sure did. Trying to corral this thing, keep the train going. Just quick, why don't you all just name off your socials, anything you got coming up that you want to promote just really quickly. We'll start with Lua.
Yeah, I'm Lewis Stardust. You can find all of my information at lewisstardust.com. And actually, next month I have a really cool TTRPG show coming out. It's called Dice and Daydreams. So if you enjoy that, then you can find me on there too. Thanks for having me.
Heck yeah. Diana.
Hey, I'm Diana Faye, also known as Diana of the Rose. I do a bunch of stuff. No matter what social platform you're on, you can find me as at Diana of the Rose. The next big thing that I'm allowed to announce, I guess, is just the fact that I'm gonna be at PAX Unplugged. So if you see me there, come say hi. I'm very distinct. Please do not be afraid of me. A lot of people are afraid of me for unknown reasons, and I get a lot of messages after conventions. It's like, hey, I saw you from across a convention hall, and I'm like, okay, say hi. So that's me. Please say hi.
Oh, amazing. And Gina.
Hi, I am Miss Gina Darling on all socials. MISSGINA Darling. You can find me everywhere. I stream 4 days a week. What am I allowed to talk about? I am currently tomorrow soon going to watch the Mike Tyson fight. So hopefully, when this airs, Mike Tyson has won. Let's wish him luck. And you can catch me on all my streams 4 days a week. I hang out in there. I play games, and I do TTRPG stuff every so often.
Actually, the Mike Tyson fight is happening this night. So once you're done
this
watching
night.
this, you can go tune in and see if they
Oh,
won or
okay.
not.
So it's either yay or oh man, I don't know. Edit it and throw it in there.
We'll cut in the appropriate
Yeah,
reaction.
just cut it in there.
And Quincy.
Hi, everybody. My name is Quincy of Quincy's Tavern. You can find me anywhere on that. Watch out on TikTok. There's a lot of scam accounts. So I do not do readings, nor do I message you on TikTok. And I don't want your money. But something that I am working on right now, I'm currently in the process of my second cookbook. The first one, unfortunately, is fully sold out. You can get it still on Amazon in digital copies, but I'm working on my second cookbook, Book of the Lost Bard. It is a poetry cookbook, hopefully coming out soon. If you know someone who likes to be a publisher and would like to take on this project with me, let us know my way. But thank you so much for having me here. It was a joy. Thank you, Kevin.
Great, beautiful chaos as always. And last but not least, Matthew Lillard.
You guys are so good at giving your shout outs. That was so nice. I'm Matthew Lillard. I'm Matthew Lillard sort of everywhere. I just went to Blue Sky. That's very
Yeah.
very exciting about that. I am one of the owners and operators of Beetle and Grimm's. We're very, very thrilled and very touched that you guys came and played for us. We're a very small company, so moments like this make huge impact on a company like ours. We currently, right now, have a Kickstarter going for a mystery box and escape room box for Star Trek. So check out Beetle.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
And then I also have a company called Find Familiar Spirits. We build high-end spirit experiences around around fandoms. What? Amazing.
Cool.
So we Dragon drops this week. It's so sexy.
It is.
So
It
sexy.
tastes amazing. I'm having one after this game. Holy
I've
shit.
been yelled at to check it out the entire week by my audience.
It does.
Oh yeah, it's so good. I'll send you a bottle. I'll send you guys all a bottle. You guys want?
Hey, there you go.
We have an email
Hey,
going around. Shoot
Listen,
me.
I'm Vietnamese. We love dark liquor. My family does. I can't handle it. My family's gonna love it.
Well, that's good. It's really exciting. We have we just also launched a thing called Macabre Spirits. We have a high-end tequila
Yeah.
with a short story by the one and only Mike Flanagan. So I have a movie next
Wow.
week, Mike Flanagan coming out called Life of Chuck. I just did Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I'm still working on that, and that comes out next Christmas. And then I'm on a TV show all next year, season 2 of Cross. So things are crazy busy right now, but really great. And listen, we are so grateful that you guys helped us with this moment. Like I said, tiny company, big impact. So if you're out there and you're interested in TTRPG or gaming stuff, check out Beetle and Grimm's, an incredible company, and we'll be very proud to send you dice or sell you boxes or whatever makes your heart happy.
Heck yes. Thank you so much, Matthew, for
Excellent.
joining us.
Damn.
And thank you for Beetle and Grimm's for sponsoring this awesome stream.
Kevin,
Oh,
what
yeah.
about
Warren?
you? Kevin, where about
Yeah.
you?
Hey, wow, I'm Dicecream Sandwich. I'm a pro game master who does a lot of stupid videos on the internet every day on my Instagram and TikTok and Facebook. I am also doing events all over the place. We also have an actual play that streams every Sunday at noon called War of the Realms with a lovely group of storytellers. What am I doing? I'm also going to be at PAX U, and I'm also doing a show that I can't talk about, I don't think, but it'll be announced soon. First time going, so hey, don't be scared of me either. I haven't gotten messages that they were scared of me. I don't think people just might not want to talk to me, but hey, you can. It's fine. And I will be at D&D in a Castle next March in London for a wild getaway of D&D greatness. We're doing a Dragonlance campaign this year. It's going to be awesome. I was just at D3 at Sea D&D Cruise, which was great. And I think we're going to do the next one next Halloween, which will be awesome. Halloween at Sea. But other than that, we'll see what the next opportunity comes. But again, give your all selves a round of applause. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to Beatles and Grahams for this awesome opportunity. Go roll some dice, everybody. Have a good rest of your Friday. Till the next one, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Illustrious Beatles.
I wanted to kill her so bad, and I wanted to lie about my role, but
Rise up, tonight is all we